program of all the Power 5 conferences right now. You can't get any lower.
Yes!
Something good?
Batted down. It's incomplete. But 4th and 1. If you're Temple, do you go for it?
Probably. Yeah.
Keeping them out
They're
there.
keeping them out there. Well,
That's a gutsy call.
It's a gutsy call because, I mean, where are they on the field? Oh, they're midfield.
They're at midfield.
Yeah.
Ball come loose?
No, they
batted
batted down. Oh, they're definitely going to throw. Oh, it's a false start. False start.
Oh. With the clock not running.
Four.
They
With
better
the
get
clock not running.
They call their best defensive player.
With the clock not running.
Oh, dear God.
He doesn't like to call timeouts, but he called one there when the clock was not running. Woo, boy. Woo!
The Parkers is good.
Are you coming back in here?
No.
What's up, boys?
What's up?
Lord have mercy. You gotta be kidding me. With the clock not running.
Oh, they're punting?
Okay.
Is that, I mean,
I'll
Do
trade
you
the
like that?
timeout for
Yeah.
the absolutely.
No.
Absolutely. Trade the timeout for the punt. And it makes me think that they were going to just try and draw ECU offsides.
Well, they snapped the ball.
No, they did. Oh, that's right. They did snap the
They
ball.
snapped the ball. And it looked like it was going to be a pass play.
Unless it was going to be a quick punt, which I haven't seen all year.
I know, you don't see those anymore. Do
I
you?
know. Remember those? Shotgun. As a matter of fact, I think Holton's done that a couple times early in his career, if I remember correctly. Little quick pooch kick. Yeah, that was a lot going on.
And
Just give the ball to keep.
3 runs. Screen. They still don't do a screen.
Nope.
They did the Fumblerooski play.
Yep.
Here's the
There's
true look.
the
There it
screen.
is. There it is. Oh!
All right, come on. All right,
I
DK.
tell you what, if one other damn announcer says the freaking word analytics, I'm going to pop them in the mouth.
Are you singing the DK song?
This is the BK.
The big-
And I say, DK, have it your way. DK.
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
Okay. Get out of bounds.
Well, the clock stops, but get to the ball.
Yeah.
Get to the ball
Stops while
because
the chains move.
You got time. You got plenty of time.
you got time. We got nothing but
See,
time.
Mike Houston just missed the prime opportunity right there.
Opportunity.
The chain gang
Opportunity.
went right by him and he didn't trip the guy.
Did anyone ever wonder like why he's got a glove on his throwing hand today?
Didn't Igo say?
Punched it out right at the end.
Took a long time to get out there.
Yeah. So, do you think this is 4 down territory?
I'm gonna say it is.
Okay,
That's a good defensive play.
So, when I left the studio earlier after the game, Jeff was doing the uniform stuff. He said that Temple had gray uniforms on. They're black.
They might be gray in person. They're black on TV.
Oh, maybe.
Our helmets look blue sometimes.
Going deep.
Oh, not even. What?
Look, finish the play, though, Isaiah. Don't
I know.
worry about that after. I mean, I can't do nothing when he's tugging on my jersey. 3rd down and 10. Golly, man. You gotta be kidding.
Gary says, throw down the field. Ben says, no, we don't need to throw down field. Good discussion.
There you go, Keaton. There you go. Get to the edge. There you go. Get outside. Now get out.
No flag. No flag. No flag.
No flag.
No flag. No flag on the field.
Yeah.
No flag. So Kevin Monroe doesn't travel, but he's in his living room right now saying, no flag. No flag.
Nice.
Good job by the offensive lineman.
John said, not even calling in. Even if we win, 6-6, shouldn't even go to a bowl. Embarrassing.
Mike said earlier that this coaching staff is a effing garage. It's effing garage.
He said garage.
Yeah. This coaching staff is effing garage.
Park the car.
Park the car.
Because this staff is
Garage.
They-
Man, look, I know what you were saying, Mike.
Mike also just said, so glad Ehlers is history.
He's all over him.
Oh, he is all over him.
Well, that one ref was on the ground looking the other way, wasn't he? He was not in a great spot for that one.
He was all over him. Wow.
Yeah, he was there early.
Jesus, man. At DK.
I bet.
Hey, well, this takes the field goal kicking game out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Oh, Jesus.
Run!
Just take off.
What? No.
He's Touchdown!
Oh.
Jalen Johnson! There he is! Jalen Johnson! Give me some, Clipper! Woohoo! But here's the question. Did we leave too much time?
Oh, yeah. For EJ.
Did we leave too much time?
Way too much time.
Oh, my
Minute 11,
God.
they still got a timeout? Too much time. When he threw across his body, I was just like, oh, my God, no.
The one time I walk out of the room.
Look, watch this. He throws across his body. And I'm thinking, oh, no.
Oh my gosh. I thought he completely effed up right there.
I did too. When he threw across his body, I was like, there's no way.
As soon as he threw, I said, somebody better be wide open. And somebody was. His name is Jalen Johnson. Johnson. Snap, hold, kick, up, kick is no good!
Ooh, barely good.
Good God Almighty.
I heard Marty
Makes
Fear
it
say a while ago,
interesting.
after Temple scored to go up 46-42, if the Pirates make that field goal at the end of the half, they would be down by 1 and not up by 4.
Do what now?
I think that's what he said.
What did he say?
If we make that field goal at the end of the half,
Uh-huh.
instead of us having to go from behind, we'd be up by 1. I think. That doesn't make any sense.
No, because we were just down by 4.
But that's what Marty Fear said. Blame it on Marty.
No, I'm not blaming anything on Marty. I don't know what you're trying to say that he said. Are you saying he said something incorrectly?
He doesn't even know.
I reiterated what he said.
I don't know what he said,
Marty
but
Fear said something.
I know what I heard.
I think so. Damn you, Marty.
See, if
See,
we'd
I
have had
make
the
myself
3,
look
we
like an
wouldn't have
idiot
been down by
sometimes.
4. We would have been up by 1, and then not down by 6. Because if we had 7,
And we wouldn't be only up by 3. We'd be up by a touchdown.
What if we'd have beat Navy? Then what? We could be like
Laith Margin knows how to kick the ball into
we
the
could be
end zone.
13-2 right now with a wild card game.
all right. So, does anybody smell overtime here?
Oh yeah, they have a good kicker.
Come on, sack Igo. Sack baby
Thanks
Igo.
to Parker's. I hit the spot.
Parker's Barbecue. Thanks to Billy and his staff over there at Parker's Barbecue.
Tell you what, man, if you lose this game, just pack it. Just be done. Don't go to a bowl game. Just be done. Why would you want to lose? Why would you want to end this? You risk a losing season. Yeah. I am kidding, of course, but
Apparently we give up a big play here, maybe.
okay. Oh, make a tackle.
Yeah, gotta make a tackle.
Igo said the same thing. I was saying run it when Holton was.
Come on!
Oh, get him. There's that. Get it.
Get
Get
on
the ball. Get on the ball.
By the way, I saw UPS Joe at TB's.
See Mully?
I did see Molly. His son was there, and he introduced his son to me as this is the guy that was yelling into the radio this morning, talking about I'm an idiot. And said that he said, yeah, Chan's. He said I told him, yeah, Chan's a little much. I said, good to see you, Molly. Good to see you, buddy.
Smacked him across his face.
I should have slapped him around his bald head.
Oh, don't give him that much time.
No, sir.
No flags.
No. All right, we need a stomp, Mitchell run, touchdown, cover.
Oh my God, I forgot. Oh man,
Oh, that's right.
Good luck.
Was it 10.5?
9.5.
Oh, here's my mom. Let's see what she's got to
Meemaw.
say. Hello?
Tell her we're live on
What
here.
you doing, honey?
Watching the end of the football game. What are you doing?
Who's winning?
ECU's up 49-46 right now, and I think they're going to get ready to win.
Oh, God, that's close.
I
This feels
think
like
they
we
just
beat
won.
UConn when we didn't deserve to win, but we
Yeah.
did
49-46. It's over.
Oh, man. They did that the other day, didn't they? 2 points.
No. They lost pretty bad last time. They lost pretty bad last time.
win. Go ahead and
You know, Ricky's
switches
been
the
working on that car
program,
since
get it
6:30 this morning.
All right, well, we're getting ready to go on the air, Mom. We're getting ready to go on the air.
Ma.
On the air.
Pirate Nation. Pirate fans, welcome to the U.S. Cellular 5th Quarter Postgame Call-In Show. Brought to you by U.S. Cellular. Be sure to visit one of ECU graduate Brandon Tate's Platinum Certified U.S. Cellular stores and experience the highest standard of customer service. Call in on the live line at 317-1250. Now, with a complete recap of the game and your phone calls, live from the Pirate Radio studios, here's your host of the U.S. Cellular 5th Quarter, Clip Brock.
Pirates in the victory formation, running it out, and are getting a win. Mike Houston celebrating, as he should. A win is a win. This was an ugly one, and almost one you felt like you don't deserve, but you did. You made the plays when it counted at the end. You got to stop when you needed it, and the Pirates outlast Temple today 49-46 to move to 7-5 on the year, Weave.
Yeah, kudos to Holton Ahlers on that last touchdown pass. I was screaming to run it. And then when he threw across his body, I thought, there's no way. That is a bad throw to a wide open Isaiah Winstead, though. That was
Jalen Johnson.
Was it Jalen Johnson?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Play of the game, and Holton's got the ball, and he's not letting that one go.
Weird.
Last regular season win.
Weird plays throughout. You had the fumble pass to Keaton Mitchell for a touchdown, that across the body hook shots. Pirates get it done 49-46. Brian Bailey is shaking hands with E.J. Warner.
Yeah, just patted him on the
Bailey,
shoulder.
you're not on the team.
He thought it was
Good game,
Igo.
kid.
He
Good game,
thought it
kid.
was Igo. He's like, way to go, Igo. Oh.
That is hilarious.
Hey, have you ever see the movie Elf, right? When Will Ferrell goes up to the Santa Claus that's walking in New York City, and he's like, Santa.
He's probably
like,
going,
Igo.
I got to take a picture of that.
Bailey's probably going, you're going to be the Dallas Cowboys quarterback coming here in a few years.
Hey, good job, son. And that kind of deal.
That kind of deal.
All right, let's take a break. Jerome, Kenny, Matthew, hang on. We'll get to your calls on the U.S. Sailor fifth quarter call-in show after this.
U.S. Cellular has always believed that connection is the greatest gift of all. That's why we're giving everyone one line for $29.99 a month with unlimited data this holiday season. That's right, one line, unlimited data for just $29.99 a month. That's more than a great deal. That's locally grown connection from U.S. Cellular. Limited time offer, terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
So, how does short points work?
Well, at Jersey Mike's, 6 regular number 13s plus 3 giant number 7s equals a free regular number 13. So, Pepsi and Lay's now earn more points towards free subs.
That adds up.
Exactly. Download the Jersey Mike's app and earn rewards towards free subs with every sub, Pepsi, and Lay's you purchase.
So, how does short points work?
Well, at Jersey Mike's, 6 regular number 13s plus 3 giant number 7s equals a free regular number 13. So, Pepsi and Lay's now earn more points towards free subs.
That adds up.
Exactly. Download the Jersey Mike's app and earn rewards towards free subs with every sub, Pepsi, and Lay's you purchase.
Temperatures are in the low 30s at 10 a.m., increasing sharply to 75 degrees by 1 p.m., and then dropping into the teens by 10 p.m. So before you go to work, put on some gloves, pack some shorts, and a parka. That should cover you for the day.
Your heating and cooling take a beating. Guarantee your system is ready when you need it. Call Delcor. Buy a new train system and make no payments until 2023. It's hard to stop a train. With inflation and high gas prices, you don't need another payment. So buy this month and make no payments until 2023. Delcor, the service professionals.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
All anniversaries are special, but because it's Bostic Sugg Furniture's 85th anniversary extravaganza, we packed a lot into our big extravaganza with not one, not two, but 3 ways to save. Extra 10% off, plus 1937 local delivery, plus 6 months special financing on all in-stock and custom orders. Change your mattress, change your life, and get 48 months special financing during the big 85th anniversary extravaganza on now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
Are you ready for some football, Pirate Nation? Bud Light is America's favorite light beer and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times this football season, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there's fun. Because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Get ready to have fun this season, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Hi, this is Parker Bunch. When I'm not hitting dingers or going viral, I'm listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter postgame call-in show. Here's Clip Brock. Now, with the Pirate Radio scoreboard, here's Shirley Rhodes.
All right, let's go over some finals from earlier today. The big upset, number 8 Clemson falls to South Carolina by a final of 31-30. West Virginia outlasted Oklahoma State in Stillwater. 24-19 was that final. Old Dominion loses to South Alabama 27-20. New Mexico State beats up on Liberty 49-14. It was Michigan over Ohio State 45-23. Georgia defeated Georgia Tech 37-14. It was Marshall over Georgia State 28-23. Coastal Carolina got drubbed by James Madison 47-7 was that final. And Army picks up a win and moves to 5-6 as they defeated UMass 44-7. That's a look at your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, brought to you by The Buck. It is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates, and they're open from noon until 2 a.m. with live music every night. And you can follow The Buck on Instagram for updated schedules, and we'll see you at The Buck. Now let's head back into the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter postgame call-in show. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All righty, back with you, and welcome into the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter call-in show. You had Keaton Mitchell and E.J. Warner in your college fantasy leagues. You did well today. Those guys went off. We'll talk about those numbers on the UBE stat sheet as we go along in our program. Clip Rock, Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, Billy Weaver here on the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter call-in show. And we got the lines loaded up, and where you can find us on Facebook, YouTube as well. And we have a hearty discussion going on there. Rod, Jerome, Kenny, hang on. We start with Matthew in Greenville. Hello, Matthew.
Ooh, Clip. Billy. Oh, my. What a game.
What a game.
Yeah.
Oh, my. I'll admit, I was scared.
Yeah, there was a lot of reasons to be scared today.
Warner, he's really good. But I was proud of our defense. We got the pick. We got the stops when we needed to. Got to get better on, I don't know what they are. The middle of the field is always open.
You must be listening to this show a lot. We've been saying that all year.
I mean, we got fixed up before the bowl game. Keaton's insane. Ayler's that throw. Oh, my gosh.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I was scared to death. And then the field goal, we got to get that better.
That ship might have sailed by now.
Anyway, Dad, be quiet. Anyway.
Hey, Dad, be quiet.
Dad, I'm on the air here. Be quiet. It's my time to shine.
I mean, I'm just being honest. I don't know how many people are going to show up to that bowl game after these last two performances. I want to go. I don't know.
Well, I can tell you there wouldn't have been a whole lot of people that would show up for a bowl game for a 6-6 team going in on 3 straight losses. So this one was big to kind of get some momentum going into the bowl.
Yeah, I'm just counting my blessings right now.
Count them. All right, Matthew. Hey, they got to win. That's what matters, right?
Okay, see you guys.
All right. There's Matthew.
Thanks, Matthew.
Good call. Kicking us off today.
There you go.
Be quiet, Dad. Buy me a bowl ticket, Dad. I'm going to my room, Dad. All right. Kenny is up in Blunt's Creek. What's up, Kenny?
Hey, Clip, Billy. I pulled that one out. Great game from Keaton. Awesome game there from Holton there at the end with the great pass. Glad we pulled it out and glad we ain't got to watch more of that defense today because, that was terrible. I mean, my God, man, what has happened to the defense the last 2 games? I can't tell you. But, hey, 7-5. Got to figure out if we can get Stephen Igloo's twin there to come transfer to East Carolina maybe. That kid was lighting us up over 500 yards passing today. Wow.
Well, so, Bailey was working on that after the game. He was sliding him a little NIL cash under the table.
Man, that kid was, he was spot on. Our defensive backs helped him out a lot, and he made the throws. But, look, team pulled it out. We got, like the caller before, we got the pick early. We had the kickoff return for a touchdown. And, that was a bright spot we hadn't seen in a while. Not so special teams this year hadn't helped us out. But 7-5 going bowling. I don't know exactly where we'll end up at. Hopefully Myrtle Beach. Maybe we can get a crowd down there and just go Pirates. And thank God we don't have to watch that defense until bowl game. Get it better.
Yeah, thanks, Kenny. I don't know.
And Ken, I'm sorry, Kenny, speaking of getting better, hopefully you're better. I know a lot of people were asking about Kenny. Kenny Curlings wasn't at the tailgate last home game because you were under the weather. How you feeling?
Yeah, man, I'm doing a lot better at that. I'm going to tell you, I don't know if it was the flu, the crud, COVID again, for the whatever they call it now, but it's pretty bad. But I guess I picked the right game to miss that week, so maybe we won't have to see that no more. But you guys have a great show, and we'll listen to all your comments.
All right, thank you, Kenny, I guess the team overall. I just don't know what happened to this team.
Oh, I don't know.
It's like a different team than we saw earlier this year.
But think about it. Is it?
Yeah.
Because, now listen, this defense hasn't been really doing a whole lot different than what it's been doing all year. They've been able to stop the run.
These last 2 weeks have been
but hold on,
way
just
different.
let me explain it here. So they're still stopping the run. At times they're getting opportune picks. They're getting, turnovers at good times. Where have they had a problem? 3rd and longs and over the middle. The last 2 offensive coordinators have taken advantage of that. And they have gone in with a game plan that said, we're going to continue to do this until you stop us. And look, Kurt Warner's son throws for 527 yards, and most of those yards, I'd love to go back and look at the film and find out how many of those yards were over the middle.
Yeah.
The bulk of those were over the middle.
And he had a good game, but let's face it, he was throwing to wide open guys all day. Like any D1 quarterback could do what he did today if they faced that defense.
Yeah, so I mean, I just don't think the defense has really done anything a whole lot different over the last couple games. I just think the offensive coordinators on the other side of the ball have seen it. They've said, you know what, we're going to take advantage of this, and we're going to take what this defense is giving everybody all year, and we're going to exploit it, and they've done it.
All right, 317-1250. Jerome is up in Greenville. Hey, Jerome.
What's up, guys? Piggybacking off what you just said, fellas, we don't make any adjustment. Our corners play 8 to 10 yards off the ball. Safeties are 12 yards off the ball, and we just give up anything underneath. Like you said, any quarterback can complete that. I don't understand why we don't make any defensive adjustments at all. It's the same thing week after week after week.
It's almost like they're afraid to get beat deep, and I understand that, because if you get beat deep, it's a touchdown. If you get beat underneath, then they methodically move down the field. And East Carolina all year has been very good defensively in the red zone. They had a couple, decent stops in the red zone early tonight that were, that held Temple to field goals. And I think it's when they shorten up the field, they feel more comfortable there, and they would much rather give up those passes over the middle and underneath and let a team methodically move down the field rather than get beat deep. I don't know if that's a good way to look at it, but I said this last week that the defense just didn't make any adjustments. I didn't see many adjustments made today either. They've just got their way of playing, and it's going to take an offensive effort like East Carolina had today to win a bowl game if they're going to continue to play like this defensively.
Amen. You guys have a good night.
All right. See you, Jerome. Let's go next to Wilmington and talk to Rod, who is on the Pit Electric Live line. Hello, Rod.
Hey, fellas. How you doing tonight? Boy, we got lucky on this one. The offense sputtered the first couple of possessions, but then Keaton lit him off, boy, and he was the main guy all day, and thank God for that. And Hatfield with the big run back, that was great, and I think he made some pretty long catches there in the game. But that kid Warner, he was like quick draw McGraw, and I felt like we should have had more pressure on him all day. He was hitting across the middle short, but if you let him in the third quarter, when we let him have some more time, he was he's deadly accurate, and he could hit about anything that was open. So, my way of thinking, getting the pressure on him, keeping him short, and figuring out how to eliminate those short routes would have been a better way to go. But late in the third quarter, I think it was 5 minutes in the third quarter when the defense made a stop and gave us a chance to get on top of it, and then at the end, we got lucky there when, we messed up in that next to the last possession when Holton decided to throw that pass instead of getting that first down with his feet and keeping us alive in that drive. And then it was looking bleak there, and then decided to punt, and thank God we had the offense, and the defense came through there at the end, and we got us a win, and just looking forward to that bowl now.
All right. Now, I think the play of the game was the decision by Temple after the timeout to punt rather than go for it on 4th and 1. Because I truly think they could have gone, if they'd have gone for it on 4th and 1 and they picked it up, it's a totally different ball game.
Yeah, that's we got real lucky, and thank God, the offense came back and capitalized on it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was looking dim when we got the ball back with 3 minutes, and we were able to muster up the offense to punch it back in again. That was, you're right. That was the big deal in the game.
All right, Rod. Well, thanks for the call. We'll hear from you after the bowl game, man.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, as much as we weren't stopping them, they weren't stopping us.
No.
And if it's flipped and we're doing their post-game show, every call is going to be about that decision.
Oh, absolutely.
That's we were terrified of them going for it. We were like, yeah, they're going to go for it. They should go for it. And then they come out with the punter, and that's...
It shocked me.
Yeah.
It really did when they came out with the punter. And then it made me think, well, maybe they were just lining up to see if East Carolina would jump off sides. But as Chandler alluded to, they snapped the football before, as they were calling as East Carolina was calling the timeout, the football was snapped. So unless they were going to do a quick pooch kick, which we talked about that. I hadn't seen that in forever. They were going to go for it on 4th and 1. And you know what? I tell you what, in any situation with any team, especially when you put that many points on the board on either side, a 3rd and 1 and a 4th and 1 situation, 2 plays to get 1 yard, I'm feeling pretty good about your chances. So that was a huge swing. And then if they do indeed go for it there and pick up that 4th and 1, then everybody's calling in saying that Mike Houston, what's he doing calling that timeout? Crazy, blah, blah, blah. But it turned out in their favor.
All right, 317-1250. Bryce and Kyle, hang on. We got a couple open lines, 317-1250 if you want to jump in on the U.S. Cellular 5th quarter call-in show. Thanks to Parker's Barbecue for the awesome post-game food. I've already taken down some chicken wings, a little Q, and some green beans. Parker's Barbecue, 3 locations in Greenville to serve you. They ship nationwide at parkersbbq.com. More of your calls when we return on the U.S. Cellular 5th quarter call-in show after this.
Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. University Sportswear ENC.com is your one-stop shop for all promotional products for your business. With over 1 million items to shop from, University Sportswear ENC.com offers high-quality products at prices to fit any budget. Visit University Sportswear ENC.com for contact information and to get shopping. University Sportswear ENC.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio.
It's bow time. You've probably heard folks say, don't call it a comeback. But at Bojangles, we don't like to beat around the bush. So when the sizzling, savory pork chop griller's back in all its tender, marinated chili lime glory, and you can get a pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, go ahead, call it a comeback. Get a legendary pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
Do you have an old injury or some pain that's been holding you back all year? It's time for you to get better. With Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, we can help you get your life back. Whether you need to get back to a sport, back in the gym, or just back to enjoying life, our team of specialists use a one-on-one, hands-on approach in our state-of-the-art facility to get you back moving again. Don't settle for where you are. Don't stay in pain. Visit kptonline.com today to see how Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness can help you live well, move more, and hurt less.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank that's in your corner when you need them. This is Chris Richards from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Ashley Capps, Bonner Latham, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business, come and see one of our experienced team members at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles for my friends at Ed Watkins Marine. I've known Ed personally for years, covering his winning performances on the football field and on NASCAR's pit road. Now Ed is winning on the water, and you get to win too. You win with awesome prices on boats from Ed Watkins Marine, and of course, great service after the sale. If you're looking for a new boat, contact Ed Watkins Marine today. They will deliver anywhere. Find them online at edwatkinsmarine.com and tell them the voice sent you.
We're here at Naughty Light with Gina in downtown Washington. It's the holiday season, and boy, you've got something for everybody, Gina.
Yes, for kids, we have toys. For the guys, we have some Duke Cannon soap. We have Yeti. We have T-shirts. And for the ladies, we have bog bags, Scout, and some watches. Come see us in downtown Washington.
The selection is great, and the service is even better. Of course, free wrapping with every purchase, right?
Free gift wrapping, and we have jewelry. Come see us.
At Naughty Life in downtown Washington.
Hey, I'm Holt Nailers. No one knows better than me how important it is as a quarterback to have protection on the field to be successful. My frontline team is critical to my success. For your frontline insurance protection, you need the team at Buck Insurance Agency. Buck Insurance Agency is your local team and have been helping customers like you for over 30 years with their insurance needs. When you need insurance protection, you'll get the whole team with Brian Buck and his staff. Call toll-free at 877-357-1966. Go Pirates.
It seems like places are giving you less and less food these days.
Yes, Mama, it's called shrinkflation. Oh, shrinkflation, that's just another word for robbery. But this is shackflation. What? Dang, that's huge. Extra pepperoni, extra cheese on that thing.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates.
This is Stephen Igo, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter postgame call-in show. Here's Clip Brock.
All righty, 317-1250 the number. We have a couple open lines if you want to jump in, 317-1250. The U.S. Cellular fifth quarter call-in show will go down the UB stat sheet later on. I saw Billy looking at stats, shaking his head earlier, so he's got some thoughts on that. Kyle, hang on. Let's go to Bryce in L.A. to start this segment. Hey, Bryce.
Afternoon, Jets. Glad we were able to finally have a game where I wasn't on my way to like dinner or the bar, so I could call in. And Clip, just so you know, I'm watching your face on the YouTube live stream. So any faces you make at me, I'm going to be able to see.
All right. We'll see how your jokes go today.
The only joke out there with the ECU defense.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But I got to give hats off to good old Keegan Wilk out there playing with one arm. I mean, he was just wincing every time, and he was making some good plays. I see you, Billy. You're on a little delay. That was it's a rough one to watch, but I'm glad. I mean, sometimes win ugly. I'd rather win ugly than lose well. There's a lot to talk about today that's already been covered, but I think moving forward, I'm just going to beat this drum. I see a lot of people, especially like when you guys do the Instagram polls about like where we want to go and stuff like that. Everybody's like, I want to play a good opponent. Well, every time that we played, in Arkansas or Kentucky or like we go, or Florida, we go out, we play a hell of a game, and then we lose. And right now we need wins. I'd rather go to the Myrtle Beach Bowl and play, Coppin State and get that W. And next year, when all those ESPN announcers say bowl winners, East Carolina, that sounds so much better than went to a bowl game, 7-5 again, 6 again, whatever. The perception really matters. And, I work in the entertainment business. I work in entertainment. And it's what is that headline that's on there? And if we're moving into this next this next era of expansion, our new conference that we need to dominate, if this is going to happen, who knows what's going to happen with super conferences or whatever. It's all. But if you just win, if you just do, you throw together. I mean, we used to whip UCF like they owed us money, and they
put together a bunch of winning years, and look what happens to them. So like this is it's not hard. So just get the wins, get the W's, and I think we'll be all right. So sorry I don't have many jokes. It just I haven't been able to call in. I see the stuff, and I'm active. And like, look, I'm waiting on our bowl game so I can fly into it from LA, because that's where my heart is. As an ECU fan since 1993. So like I want us to do that, and I think if we do something like a Myrtle Beach, or I've heard Birmingham too, but like if we go in there and we pack it out, get a nice W. Let's let's all these bowl games are meaningless until you lose it. Then it just sucks. So anyhow, that's my rant. I love you guys. It's been a heck of a interesting season, and been a lot of fun watching it with y'all.
All right, Bryce, and I heard, and just the scuttlebutt, that if ECU won today, it was looking like Fenway. So I don't know how true that is, but
I would be okay with that. But I agree with Bryce 100%. 8-5 sounds a whole heck of a lot better than 7-6. For momentum going into the next year. Like Bryce was saying, the ESPN announcers, when they do a game next year, it sounds better that you're a bowl winner, and it just shows that the program is moving forward. Unfortunately, they weren't able to play in a bowl game last year, so winning a bowl game, especially for these seniors, it just has so much more impact to win a bowl game than not to.
317-1250. We go next to Kyle in LaGrange. What's up, Kyle?
What's going on, fellas? Look, hey, people can say it was an ugly win all they want. To me, any win's a pretty win. But, boy, the defense was ugly. Came up with a stop when they had to, obviously, there at the end. At times on defense, man, I don't know. At times on defense, the last 2 weeks, it looks like we're not giving 100% effort. I don't get it. Maybe I'm not looking at it right. I don't know if you guys are seeing the same thing. But there are times on defense where I'm not sure we're giving 100%. Then all of a sudden on the last drive there, suddenly we play defense. But proud of Holton on that last drive. He had a nice senior moment, if you will, on the pass to Jalen Johnson. That's something he'll remember the rest of his life in his last regular season game. Get the winning touchdown there on the last offensive possession. That game was kind of a microcosm of our season. Ups and downs. You thought there was no way we would lose it at one point, and then you thought there was no way we'd win it at the end, and then we finally did win it. It's kind of a good microcosm of how the damn season's gone, which has been up and down and all over the place. Proud of Keaton Mitchell. Proud of 88, Hatfield. C.J. Johnson made some good plays. Winstead made some good plays. Everybody on offense stepped it up, and defense stepped it up when they had to. And good to be 7-5, guys. You don't want to go backwards. You didn't want to go 3-game losing streak, 6-6 into a bowl. So we're 7-5. I'm kind of with Bryce. I've heard the same things about Fenway. If we've won today, we better make some improvements on defense if we're going to play Duke or Wake or Pitt or Syracuse, whoever the ACC puts in Boston. I kind of would rather go to Myrtle Beach and play App State or Georgia Southern or somebody along those lines. Not that there's, no disrespect to App or Georgia Southern, because they can whip us too. But
Wake could score 100 on us, the way they throw the ball.
I don't want to play Wake. Please. I kind of Syracuse, because I'm kind of feeling Syracuse if we go to Boston, although even though they play inside, you got to think advantage of them in the cold weather. But we'll go wherever they send us, and preferably Myrtle Beach. I could actually go to that, but we'll see. Hey, do you guys mind if I plug a toy drive for the Children's Hospital real fast?
No, go ahead.
Okay, Hugs from Harrison is a fundraising group. Harrison's a young man that lost his battle with brain cancer about 5 years ago. His aunt and a number of other people started a toy drive about 4 years ago called Hugs from Harrison. There are drop-off boxes all throughout eastern North Carolina, Greenville, Winterville, Ayden, Smithfield, Raleigh, Moorhead. If you go on Facebook, search Hugs from Harrison, you can find the Facebook page with all the drop-off spots. If you have trouble finding the Facebook page Hugs from Harrison, just message me, Kyle Barber, on Facebook, and I'll give you the drop-off spots. But they got off to a slow start this year, so trying to plug it and help them out, fill those toy boxes up with brand new unwrapped toys from toddlers all the way up to 18. Gift cards are appreciated for the teenagers also. And all the toys will go to the Maynard Children's Hospital at ECU Health. So good calls. And that's all I got. Go Pirates.
All right, Kyle. Thanks, man. There's Kyle in LaGrange. 317-1250. Pit Electric Live Line here on the U.S. Sailor fifth quarter call-in show. We go next to Vernie in Piney Creek. Hello, Vernie.
Guys, hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving. How you doing?
We're doing
all
good.
right.
And my Thanksgiving is still going because I've got my Parker's barbecue banana pudding right here. That's the
I'm a little bit envious because I'm up here in the high country and we don't have much queue up here.
Well, they ship nationwide.
That's right.
ParkersBBQ.com. Know what I mean, Vernie?
Yeah. Hey, I was a cook at Parker's when I was in school back in the 70s and
Man,
80s.
how about that? It's pretty cool.
So I thought free food, and after about 3 weeks, I didn't want that stuff because I cooked it and saw it every day. But anyway,
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Vernie.
but then it's like an old girlfriend. You kind of miss her and you call her up and.
yeah, but you get over it really.
Nah, I know.
Got to move on. That's why the windshield's bigger than the rear view mirror.
That's right. That's right.
I know what you mean, Vernie.
Yeah, and that's kind of, I wasn't planning on making this comparison, but that's kind of like ECU football. We really don't have a choice except to look forward. But, everybody's got opinions and thoughts, and I respect them all. But, the old cliche of, you got to give a new head coach 4 years. Well, this is Houston's 4th year. And things that jump out to me is we don't have a kicker. How do you not have a kicker? And I know the kid in Chapel Hill last night, he missed one, but, I mean, that's just we could be, should be, would have, what have you, but, we could be sitting there 10-1. And 7-5 at the end of the day, that's what people look at as a record. But then we could also, it could be, 5-7. And, we've got to recruit a kicker. Houston, only one time, and I think it was last week or maybe the Cincinnati game, if I heard the man say, hey, it falls on me, I'm the head coach, I got to do a better job. I'll never forget Bill Lewis after getting beat by Southern Miss in Hattiesburg his second year. He looked right in the camera on the Bill Lewis show and said, I'm the head coach. We lost because of me. I've got to do a better job. And the next year we finished 9th in the nation. Get a kicker, get a new offensive and defensive coordinator, and get a special teams coach. I think we have talent. I think we have kids that play hard. But Houston, I don't know. The athletic department, you can buy all the lipstick and perfume you want and put it on the pig. It's still a pig. And I am just not impressed with this coaching staff and our head coach. And I know we can't buy his contract out like larger schools like a Nebraska with Scott Frost, but to me, we get out-coached almost every week. And, there's a problem. And people can say, oh, we're 7-5, we're going to bowl. That's great. But, last year after, the bowl was canceled, but when you give a man a raise to $2.3 million, for what? I just think it begins with coaching. And, look at Kansas. Now, they've kind of nosedived late in the season, but this was their second year. I think their coach has been there maybe 2 years. Look at Tulane. They were 2-9 or whatever last year, won 2 games. Look at them this year. That guy turned it around in 2 years at Tulane.
Well,
and they're in the heart of the Southeastern Conference.
Yeah. Well, Fritz has been there a while and tanked it last year, but I hear your point, Vern.
I mean, people may not want to face it, but something isn't clicking. I mean, Kilpatrick, I know he's been there. He left. He came back. It seems like the offensive line has played better under Shank, but it begins with coaching and in recruiting. For God's sakes, go get a kicker. Those guys are a dime a dozen.
No, well, that's where you're wrong. I'm sorry about that. I got to disagree with that. Kickers, players, period, are a dime a dozen. Good players and especially good kickers. Now, I'm talking about good, solid kickers, really good kickers. They're not a dime a dozen. They're hard to find. They're like good offensive linemen. They don't grow on trees like people think they do. So it's a little tougher, and especially when you got constraints with scholarship numbers. A lot of these coaches don't want to go out there and put a full scholarship on a kicker, and that's just the way it is. Right, wrong, or indifferent, that's just the way it is.
And I think after Daffer hit a 50 whatever game winner last year, Mike Houston thought he had his guy, as we all did.
And I mean, that was just one of those things this year. That's an anomaly this year. You like Clip just said, everybody was living high on the hog with Daffer last year, at the end of last year, and saying, hey, this is our guy. He was, at the beginning of the season. You can't recruit. This is not the NFL where you can pick up a free agent kicker in the middle of the season. You can't do that. We had to live with the kickers that we had on the roster this year. And going into this year, Daffer was the guy, and there was nobody that disputed that.
But I'm just saying, 4 years, and this is what we have for kicking. And
okay,
and we can agree to disagree, but across this country, there's a lot of kickers. That's a specialty. That's all they do. But the kicker,
Well, I'm sure after this year it'll be addressed. I mean, they've been awful, so yeah, it's going to be addressed.
All right, Vernie, let me just ask you one question. Were you okay with our kicking situation last year? It's just a yes or no answer. It's real simple.
Yes.
You were. Okay. So then, if you say that, going into the season, when that same kicker that you were comfortable with last year kind of fell apart, what was the coaching staff supposed to do? Tell me. Were they supposed to go out and get another kicker? Because like I said, you can't do that in college football. You can't just go out and pick somebody off the street, or you can't sign a free agent like you do in the NFL. So if you were good at the end of last season with the kicker that we had, there was nothing the coaches could do about a kicker. They had to go with whoever was on the roster, and that's what they did.
Yeah, and I'm not saying you can do that. I'm not comparing college to NFL. I'm just saying that something happened, and we need to go out and get.
Well, they are. They will. They will.
That you can say, but you can't say he's been here 4 years and hadn't got a good kicker. That's just wrong information, because he had a good kicker last year that just hasn't been good this year.
But we're talking about this year. It's
right.
In the second team.
Well, you say you've been talking about 4 years, that he's had 4 years to get a good kicker in here and hadn't got one. That's not a true statement.
Well, it kind of looks like it now. It is.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, but you know what I'm saying. He had a good
All right, Bernie, we got to run. We got more callers.
That's what I'm saying too. I mean, or who knows what it is? But there's just.
Yep.
I am not pleased.
It's frustration. We get it, Bernie.
All right. Appreciate you calling in, man.
All right.
See ya. Vernie in Piney Creek. We go to Monica in Greenville. Hello, Monica.
Hey, guys. Really great win today. It was an ugly win, but we'll take a win any way we can get it. I have to shout out to Shirley Rhodes, who won Twitter today by calling Werner Baby Igloo. He is indeed Baby Igloo. So shout out to Shirley Rhodes for calling that one. Also, just want to say that, as we close out the regular season, we did do better with closing out the season with a winning record. But I do have to say that, the winning season still begs more questions, as we head into going into volume 2 of Mike Houston's year. We didn't close out with good momentum, if we're all really honest, as we close out the season. This was not a definitive win. We should have gone into this game, especially coming off some really tough losses, not squeaking out a win against a really not great Temple win. This should have been a definitive win by our Pirates. We should have come in with swagger. We should have come in closing out this win in a really saucy fashion. And Keaton Mitchell's back has to hurt after this win because he carried this team today. So it was really kind of an ugly win and not the way I really wanted to shut it down. So I'm just going to kind of close out with that. The questions are, when you win in this fashion, I know we have another bowl game, and that is what it is. But the questions are, we're going into now Mike Houston's Volume 2, another season. Who is our defense? Because they really regressed. Who do we have at quarterback? We don't even know who our quarterback is. Is it going to be Mason Garcia, or is it going to be the third string behind him? We have no freaking clue. What does our special teams look like? That's atrocious. So we don't even know what momentum we're building on, because it doesn't look like we even have much momentum as we close out our season. Not to be a negative Nelly or Debbie Downer, but I feel like as we've closed out this sort of last section of our season, it really wasn't the way we wanted to end it. We did not tell the story about East Carolina University football that we wanted to tell. We didn't put the punctuation mark on it that we wanted to tell. And that's what we're doing every game. We want to define what ECU football is for ECU football. And that's what we need to do for our program, is put the freaking exclamation point on what ECU football is. It's what it used to be. And that's what we need to do every game, whether it's Temple or Cincinnati or UCF, it doesn't matter. Put the freaking exclamation point on it. So that's how I'm going to end it. And there's just a lot of question marks as we go into Volume 2 of Mike Houston's year.
Good call, as always, Monica. I agree. Man, limping to the finish line here is East Carolina.
Yeah,
despite the win today.
And I think the only thing that would really make it better is to get a statement win in a bowl game. I mean, there's a lot of time between now and the bowl game to get some things corrected, which obviously there's a ton of stuff that needs to be corrected. Why it hadn't been corrected before now is still a mystery, because this team, and this might sound a little controversial, because I know what you're going to say about Donnie Kirkpatrick. We've heard it all year about our offensive coordinator. I get it. But let me tell you something. This game, both offensive coordinators went in with a game plan, which is exactly what I hit on in the pregame show, is that Donnie Kirkpatrick needed to run the football against Temple. You had one of the better top 60 offensive rushing teams in the country against the 121st rushing defense. Run the football. East Carolina did that with Keaton Mitchell, and without Keaton Mitchell, they don't win today. And without that running the football, they don't win today. And Temple was going to do exactly what I said that they were going to do, and they were going to exploit over the middle of East Carolina, and they were going to throw the football. They threw the football for 527 yards. They ran for 48 yards. They went in with the purpose of throwing the football. Both offensive coordinators did exactly what the defense allowed them to do today in this football game. And it came down to the team with the football last, and that was East Carolina.
317-1250, and thank you to Temple for punting the ball to us.
Right.
So we did
That's
have
the play of the game.
Had a chance.
At
last.
The decision of the game.
Terry, Brian, Pays, Cameron, hang on. We'll get to your calls when we return on the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter call-in show. Back with you after these words.
This is Holt Nailers. I've been eating at Parker's Barbecue since I was a kid. Now, all these years later, I still love to eat at Parker's. In fact, I love it so much, I bring my entire offensive line with me. They protect me, and I look out for them with great food from Parker's Barbecue. So whether you bring the team like me or just your friends and family, the awesome barbecue, chicken, and seafood at Parker's is a win every time. Parker's Barbecue, where they always treat you like family.
Before you hit the road this travel season, be sure to get your tires inspected by the tire guys at Greenville Auto World. The Greenville Auto World service team sells all the top brands and economy tires if you need a new set. Need an oil change, state inspection, or AC repair? Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle, and the monthly oil change special is only $29.99. Make an appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World.
With over 30 locations across North Carolina and southeastern Virginia, Quality Equipment is your local John Deere dealer, where you'll find everything you need for your next project. Our complete lineup of John Deere lawn and garden, agricultural, and commercial worksite equipment comes with years of experience, expertise, and dedication. We know what it takes to get it done right. Stop by today or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
When it comes to hauling dirt, asphalt, or stone, You can trust the pros at First and Goal Hauling Incorporated. They have a fleet of dump trucks ready to get the job done. And best of all, it's owned and operated by ECU football alum Dakota Marshall. When you have a big job and you need it done right, count on First and Goal Hauling, where it's a touchdown every time. Keep up with Dakota Marshall and First and Goal Hauling by following them on Facebook today.
Are you suffering from anxiety, sleep issues, or chronic pain? Have you heard of CBD? Hemp Garden of Greenville is your premier CBD provider in eastern North Carolina. Find yourself experiencing increased aches and pains as the cooler months roll in? Hemp Garden provides a variety of pain-relieving products, including topicals and tinctures. To find out more, visit Hemp Garden to speak to a CBD specialist in a relaxed and welcoming environment today. Exclusive discounts are offered to first-time customers. Hemp Garden, located at 3040 South Evans Street in the Target Shopping Center in Greenville.
Portable, super quiet, and fuel efficient. Honda EU Series generators are ideal for camping, tailgating, home backup power, and more. All feature Honda's CO Minder carbon monoxide detection system for added peace of mind. Select models include Bluetooth connectivity for wireless control with Honda's My Generator smartphone app. Go with a Honda EU Series generator. It's power you can trust. See Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
Greenville Utilities electric customers will soon be able to receive text notifications in the event of power outages. Enrollment is automatic, so make sure GUC has your cell phone number by signing into your account at GUC.com, then update the information in your user profile. Want to talk with someone instead? Call 252-752-7166 during business hours. 252-752-7166. Update us so we can update you. Visit GUC.com for more information.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Jamie Cuccinella, inviting you and your family to come by Cuccinella's Pizzeria and Italian Ice. Cuccinella's has been serving our special family recipe New York-style pizza since 1932. We think you'll taste the difference in just one bite. When you come in for a pie, don't forget to try our house-made Italian ice or gelato. We make small batches every day from scratch with all fresh ingredients.
Cuccinella's on Old Tar Road in Winterville and a new location coming soon to Uptown Greenville.
This is ECU assistant football coach Roy Tesh, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter postgame call-in show. Here's Clip Brock. Now, with the Pirate Radio scoreboard, here's Shirley Rhodes.
All right, East Carolina's women's basketball team is in action and 4.5 minutes in the first half, and they have a 11-7 lead over Liberty. And then, of course, the men will tip off coming up later on tonight at 7 o'clock. Let's take a look at some of the scores going on right now in college football. Louisville is trailing Kentucky 16-7. Alabama has a 28-14 lead over Auburn. At the halftime, it is Memphis with a 17-14 lead over SMU. And at the half, Duke holds a 20-17 lead over Wake Forest, and Penn State leads Michigan State 14-0. That is a look at your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, brought to you by The Buck. It's your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates, and they're open from noon until 2 a.m. with live music every night. Right now during football season, join The Buck for Sunday Fun Day with football, food trucks, live music, giveaways, and the largest 4K TV in eastern North Carolina. You can follow The Buck on Instagram for updated schedules, and we'll see you at The Buck. Now let's head back into the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter. Here is Clip Brock.
All right, thanks for tuning in today, whether it be radio, online, or on Facebook and YouTube. Checking in with the chats real quick. Looks like we got some special teams talk going on Facebook, and YouTube debating on whether we should bring back Skip Holtz or Steve Logan. So some intelligent chat going on in the YouTube today.
I think I see David Cutcliffe name.
David Cutcliffe on the big board as well. It's kind of like the president. You got to be 75 or older to coach here at East Carolina. All right, Terry, Brian, Pays, hang on. We start with Cameron in Greenville. Hello, Cameron.
Clip, Billy, how about them Pirates as always? I've
done a little bit of self-reflection on the season today. I've rewatched a lot of the highlights, trying to figure out, what to think about this season. And I just want everybody to – I know I don't always think rationally when it comes to Pirate football because I'm a passionate fan.
Yeah, or ever, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a passionate fan, but listen, going into the season, I thought we would be 7-5. That's where we are now. So I think in year two 7-5 seasons, I think we have a lot to be happy for considering what we've had the past few years. And for anybody talking on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, firing the head coaches or what, they need to calm it a little bit down and come back to reality. We are bowl eligible. We are 7-5 for the second straight year. I think that is a major, major turnaround for our program. Now, that being said, it is frustrating because we've seen the talent we have on offense. We've seen how close we've been in games this year. And really, we failed to capitalize on some moments due to poor special teams play and maybe poor offensive decisions. And it's frustrating because we know we can be better than this, I think. And I think everyone realizes that. Now, with that being said, for all the people that said the defense has regressed, the past 2 times I called in, I talked to Billy, and I said, listen, teams are going to start throwing the ball on our defense now that they see we're a good defense stopping the run, but we've been exposed, and really it probably should have been exposed earlier, but more teams kept trying to force the run down our throats, which I don't know why. We have a good run defense, but teams are just going to pick apart our secondary, and teams should have done that against us all year. So I don't think it's much of our defense regressing. I think it's more of the offenses we're playing against have just adapted to our style of play. And I wouldn't even say our secondary is a major issue. To me, the major issue with our defense is our defensive line. I think they have been exposed as well. We cannot get any solid pass rush without blitzing, and that is a major problem when it comes to late November, late October football. We need to hit the portal to try and get some bigger, more experienced defensive linemen, just so we can probably provide a little bit of a pass rush without blitzing. But anyways, we're 7-5, guys. I know it's frustrating. I know special teams has let us down. I know offensive play calling has been suspect at times, individual mistakes by players on the team. But listen, think about the times we called in the 5th quarter the past few years about Scotty Montgomery, and just look at where we are now. We have made vast, vast improvements. I know it's frustrating that we could have won more games, but we're 7-5. We have a chance to go to a bowl game and win. And that's something we've only done twice in the past 20 years. So put that into perspective. I think the coaches realize they could have done more this season. I think they're going to get together, have some meeting time going into the bowl game, and try to come up with a game plan where we can maybe make a statement at the end of our season. I still believe in Mike Houston. I believe in Mike Houston. You could say whatever you want about the coordinators, but I believe in Mike Houston. Let's settle down on some of this irrational talk, and this is coming from one of the most irrational East Carolina Pirate fans, as Clip knows. Let's chill out a little bit. And as always, go Pirates, and let's go ECU basketball. Everybody watch it. ECU play Old Dominion at 7 o'clock.
That's right.
All right.
There's Cliff, Billy, great season. Go Pirates.
Cameron, 1 week removed from saying I've lost all respect for these coaches on Twitter.
But you know what? Cameron hit the nail right on the head. I've been saying this all year. It's not the defense has been playing the exact same way all year. Coaches have a way of doing things the way they want to do them. They go in with a game plan. We're this type of offense. We're that type of offense. This is what we do. We run the football. We don't throw the football. And they go and they do that, and they're not as successful against East Carolina. The coaches that go in and say, okay, this is what East Carolina does bad on defense. Let's exploit it. The last 2 coaches have done that. This defense, I don't think, is playing any different. Like I said, they're playing great against the run. They've stuffed the run. They've been able to get pressure on the quarterback at times. The last couple times games, they haven't gotten as much pressure on the quarterback. They've come up with turnovers on defense. These coaches, like exactly what Cameron said, have finally exploited this, and they've said, look, we're going to take what East Carolina gives us.
Well, now you got a month or maybe less than a month, depending on the bowl. So do we see any changes in what the defense is doing?
If you haven't seen it in 12 games?
Yeah.
Are you going to see it between now and the bowl game? I don't know.
Yeah. All right. We go next to B. Pace in Raleigh. What's up, Pace?
Happy holidays, fellas.
Pace.
Same to you.
So, y'all seen that movie White Man Can't Jump before, right? Y'all seen that movie?
One of my favorite movies.
You remember when
Billy Ho.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
Billy's
remember when
so pretty.
You remember when he said Opie's been pissing on you all game?
Yeah.
That is how I felt about that quarterback. I said, if this kid throws another 100 yards, they're going to make a movie like his daddy.
Oh, man.
You know what they say, too, B-Pays? When you're playing outside, you got to adjust your shot 6 inches to the left or to the right, depending on how the wind blows.
He was getting ready to go to Sizzler after.
I'm going Sizzler. I'm going Sizzler.
Great movie.
I mean, I love to get the win today, but Mike Houston at the end of this season is going to have to look himself in the mirror like my man used to do on Saturday Night Live when he said, I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. He's going to have to look in the mirror and say, what am I doing with timeout? What am I doing with time management? Because that is a glaring deficiency that he has. I don't know if he needs to bring in a consultant or if he needs to bring in an analyst or whatever, but the timeout situation, he got lucky with calling that timeout to change them to punt that ball. He got a little lucky with that one, but at the end of the first half, you got 3 timeouts. I just don't understand his philosophy on timeouts, and this is not the first time. This has came up. His time management is just a little bit, a little scary. But I will say this, Holton is a guy that's got a lot of, gets a lot of hate, he gets a lot of love. But it's kind of a great thing that kid at the end of the game made a play that some games in his career has not made that play and made a stupid play. And the game that he made the game-winning play today. So congratulations to that young man. And go Pirates. And I'm going to go watch White Man Can't Jump. Happy holidays.
All right, B-Pays. B-Pays, you can tell how old he is with his references being White Man Can't Jump and then is it Stuart Smiley? Who was the character?
Oh, yeah, Stuart Smiley. Yeah.
I'm good enough. I'm smart
it's
enough.
Definitely
Doggone
Stuart
it,
Smiley.
people like me.
If you remember when Michael Jordan did when he was a guest host of Saturday Night Live, he did that. I'm good enough. I'm smart enough. And doggone it, people like me.
People like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he comes close to cracking up while he's doing it.
He does. Yeah.
We go to Brian in Raleigh next. Hello, Brian.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. How are we?
We are
good.
All right.
Good. So I was kind of piggybacking too on the caller before Cameron's call. I think for someone who is irrational about the Pirates, I think he had a wonderful take in that. Let's keep things in perspective here. You gotta walk before you can run. We have to remember we have an entire generation of college students go through East Carolina University and never experience a winning football team. Not 1 year, right? If you got a 4-year degree here between 2015 and 2020, you did not have a winning football team. And so those are the people that come back, right, for homecoming and donate money to the university and that sort of thing. So, the winning football brings us all back together, right? And it's good for the school. And so let's walk before we can run. To these folks who are calling in saying, "Oh, we need an all new special teams coordinator. We need an all new offense coordinator, and fire everybody." And that's not the answer, right? I think Billy, you had a good point, right? Like we had an all conference kicker to start the season. There was no reason to assume that there would be any issues there, and you can't just go pick somebody up off the campus and put them on a team. It just doesn't work that way. So let's all slow our roll here a little bit.
Brian, let me play devil's advocate just for a moment. Year 4 of Mike Houston, 5th-year quarterback, a lot of 5th-year guys on this team. When do we walk? When do we start power walking at least?
Well, and I agree with you. I would say, to me, this season feels a lot like the early 2000s, the 2000-2001 Pirates, where, it was right in front of us to win Conference USA and we lost to UAV. Or it was right in front of us to win Conference USA and we lost to Louisville.
Yeah, Rice.
The season of what could have been, right? And so we're certainly a lot lot better off than we were a few years ago, and so now we need to take that next step. Right now, now's the point where we need to take the next step. But I do think you can go overkill, right? You can go overkill and say, oh, they're not getting the job done. We're not 10-1, right? That's not acceptable, and everybody needs to be fired. I think that's a little crazy.
Yeah, but we agree there.
I think there needs to be some balance, right? I think ECU is a football-first school. It's a school that should win win half your games, win 7 or 8 games most seasons, have some challenging opponents. Maybe you knock off some top 25 teams like we normally do. You get into the top 25 every once in a while, and then maybe we have those seasons where, you're 10-1 and you get a January bowl game, or you're 9-2. But let's realize where we are and where we've come from recently. You gotta walk before you can run, and I think we're getting there. And people just need to keep supporting these guys, right? Keep on the path here. I think we're on a good path. Definitely some things need to be addressed. It's not perfect, but I don't think it's as bad as some people think are thinking it is. I really don't.
All right, Brian. Good call. Thanks, man.
And Clip, I'm going to answer your question as far as, when do we start walking or power walking? Win a bowl game. Because I think that's the next step. That's what we didn't get to see last year with, they got bowl eligible. They were going to a bowl game. They actually went to a bowl game. The game didn't get played because of COVID, so we don't know how that was going to turn out. So I think the next step is winning a bowl game. And I think you've got to win. You just got to win.
Got to win. All right, we go next to Terry in Greenville. Hello, Terry.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
To your whatever's advocate, I would like to say, honestly speaking, if you want to be honest, you got to consider that this is really only Mike Houston's 3rd full year. You can't, if you're an honest person, count the first year. You couldn't have spring practice. You couldn't play all your games. It was the COVID year, so this is his 3rd year. Now,
well, if you're an honest person, you say he's had. I hear what you're saying, but I don't think you should call me dishonest for saying it's his 4th year.
Okay, you're not dishonest.
Thank you.
I apologize.
No problem, Terry. Just clearing that up.
Wrong. But anyway, you only played 9 games. You got a brand new coach. It'd be different if you had a coach been here for a while. But anyway, and to quote Herman Boone, all these people talking about Mike Houston should be fired. Are you outside your mind? On the last coaching staff, and I can't remember who the head coach was because I think Millie is a Pirate fan. I blocked that out. And I will admit, as bad as the defensive backs played all day, the difference between this team and the previous teams were in the last drive that Temple had. If anybody was watching the game, the defensive backs actually stepped up, and we found a way to win. So this team finds a way to win, and I'm encouraged by that. Do we need to find some better defensive backs? We need to do something there, but I'm encouraged that this team can actually win 7 games because you still got some of the players that went through that, whatever it was, in the previous regime. And I'll give it to you, Clip. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Terry. I love the way you emphasize some words and then don't others, but then you emphasize more. All right. If you want to say that is a failure, to communicate in our secondary. Every coach went through a COVID year. Whatever. That is really grasping at straws, but okay. Whatever, Terry. Good call. All right, David, Larry, Kevin, hang on, and we have one open line if you want to jump in, 317-1250. On the Pitt Electric Live line, you're tuned into the U.S. Cellular 5th quarter call-in show. We'll have our Brown and Wood drive of the game coming up. More looks at the UB stat sheet, and we'll check in with Igo Bailey, see if we have any news on the Orthopedics East injury report. Marlon Gunn left the game. Did he ever return?
He did not.
After kind of being bent like a pretzel?
He didn't get any plays. I don't remember him getting back into the game.
Yeah, we'll check on that. All right, more to go. U.S. Sailor 5th quarter call-in show. Back after this.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Buying a home? Then you've got a lot on your mind. Now rising rates? It's a lot. This is Timothy Sawyer, your local Rocket Mortgage professional right here in Greenville, North Carolina. With Rocket, you have an advantage. You can lock your rate for 90 days while you search for a home. If rates rise, yours is safe. But if they fall within the first 3 years of buying, you can refinance to a lower rate with exclusive savings. Take the Rocket advantage of calling me, Timothy Sawyer, at 493-0002 today.
Dear past, present, and future football watchers, you know why we're here. The football season is back! Woo! That means those pregame barbecues with an ice-cold Pepsi, totally back. Your perfectly placed football watching corner seat, back and comfy as ever. 18 Sundays of touchdown scoring, Hail Mary throwing, ice-cold Pepsi flowing football action. You better believe it's back. And since that's too amazing to miss a single second's worth, Pepsi is officially giving you permission to always put football first. And when we say always, we mean always. Like when your lawn is looking less like a lawn and more like a jungle. If the game's on, then the lawnmower ain't. And those gutters you haven't cleaned, today is not their day. Or maybe those in-laws are back in town. Well, better hope they're football fans because your Sunday is completely booked. Long story short, crack open a Pepsi and don't let anything get between you and your football watching. With love, Pepsi, made for football watching. That's what I like.
Are you looking for a home loan? Look no further than Amy Goss at Guild Mortgage. Since 1960, Guild Mortgage has partnered with industry professionals to close loans on time and help millions of Americans realize their dreams. Call Amy Goss at Guild Mortgage in Jacksonville, 910-389-4602. Amy Goss is licensed in Florida, Georgia, Maine, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Guild Mortgage Company, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS 3274. NMLSconsumeraccess.org /for licensing information. Please visit guildmortgage.com /licensing. Guild Mortgage is not affiliated with Pirate Radio.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today? And then you hear
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
Pirate Radio.
Here it is a first down. Pirates.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to the U.S. Cellular 5th quarter postgame call-in show. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, I ate some awesome fried chicken and barbecue and green beans during that 4th quarter. Thanks to Parker's Barbecue for the awesome post-game food. 3 locations in Greenville to serve you. Perfect for an NFL Sunday, a dinner after church. Parker's Barbecue. They ship nationwide, parkersbbq.com. Weave and I were talking bowls during the break. Was it Steve in Greenville that called last week? Whoever called last week and gave us the bowl projections. We need you to call back. You had ECU Ohio State last week.
Yep.
Need to know who ECU is going to play this week. How did the Ohio State loss to Michigan affect that?
Oh, yeah.
Is that good or bad? I don't know.
I think that might be bad.
So let us know.
Well, I think now we play Michigan.
Oh, no.
Before next year.
A little tune-up. Kind of like we did with Florida.
It's going to be a twofer deal.
A twofer.
We're going to play them in a bowl game and then first game of the next season.
In the big house, and then we can get them here to Dowdy Fick the next year. All right, Philip, Kevin, Larry, hang on. We go to David in Winston-Salem. Hey, David.
Hey guys. I appreciate you taking my call. I tell you, taking a step back, today's game was really difficult to watch. Just really didn't know what was going to happen, and I agree with y'all. I was surprised when Temple did not go for it on 4th and 1. They were milking the clock. They were moving the ball, and I think had they gone for it, we were going to lose. But you know, if you take a second and step back away from this and look at really how the last 2 years have played out. Prior to last year, ECU had 6 consecutive losing seasons. They won 7 games last year, regular season. They've won 7 games again this season. And like what you said about Owen Daffer, our kicker, if we'd have just had half of the success that he didn't have kicking the ball, we probably win another 2 games. And so instead of finishing 7-5 regular season, we're 9-3 regular season. And you know, I just it's there. If it was a situation where ECU was consistently getting blown out, we only really were out of 1 game. That was the Houston game. It just never materialized. There's a lot going on. I don't know if Blake will be there next year or not. I don't know what the situation will be like. And it's certainly hard mid-season to go from playing zone to suddenly trying to play man, particularly when you don't really have the guys to play man. So, it'll be interesting to see how this coaching staff builds on what they've done. But they were really, really close to winning 9 games. Look, Central Florida is going to play for a conference title. They've got 1 loss, and that 1 loss was to ECU. Should have beat Cincinnati. Like I said, I don't know what happened with Houston, but I think this coaching staff can make the right calls, find us a couple of kickers. The only thing that really bothers me, this was supposed to bend the game where Mason Garcia got a little bit more under the belt experience. He's not going to get it in the bowl game because the bowl game is going to be that. They're going to want to win it. Garcia's not going to play. Heavens forbid whoever starts next year at Michigan, good luck. It's going to be difficult to watch. Maybe, who knows, he'll come out and play like Warner did, freshman QB. Hopefully things will change in the offseason. I do agree and believe that it's time to make a shift on the offensive side. But I'll listen to what you guys have to say, and I appreciate it very much.
All right, I don't like it. I wanted to see Mason Garcia last week, this week, next game, just somewhere. Just give him some minutes. I mean, say he can go out and look like Warner next year at Michigan. I don't think the Michigan defense is going to be as loose as East Carolina's today.
No. And you know what?
Different story.
I had mentioned this either last week or the week before that Michigan, they're going to be so ready for that game because they're going to have vivid memories of the App State game that everybody in the world says is, one of the biggest upsets in college football history. And another team from the state of North Carolina that you're going to be a heavy favorite in comes in for a season opener. They're not going to take East Carolina lightly. They're going to want to just crush East Carolina. And, getting back to the Mason Garcia thing, and then everybody's talking about making changes with the offensive coordinator. Think about this. You go into Michigan with a new offensive coordinator, a new quarterback, and a new offensive scheme. Nothing could go wrong with that, right? I mean, that could be a recipe for disaster. You got a new quarterback trying to learn a new system under a new offensive coordinator. It could be some heavy sledding in that first game.
And after beating Ohio State today, Michigan is either going to be a team that is coming off a playoff loss, a championship loss, or a national championship.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 options if they take care of business in the Big Ten championship. All right, we go next to Larry in Coneta. Is that how you say that? Hello, Larry. Larry. I hear something.
Larry, you're there. We hear you.
Hey, boys. I appreciate you guys taking my call.
Yes, sir.
Look, I just want to say I'm a huge Fire fan. And, look, this was a bad game, but you can't blame it on anything but the offense, the defense. Look, she was ugly, but she had big boobies, okay?
All right. Thanks, Larry. That's Kanita representing right there. That's you. He speaks for your entire town.
Don't call us Cone Toe.
Don't call us. He said what? I mean,
here comes Shirley.
He didn't curse.
Here she comes.
I mean, it's fine.
Here she comes.
No, he's gone. Number one, because, and I'll tell you why. Because I knew, that's why I had my hand on the pot when I pulled him up. Because when I said, "What's your name? Where you calling from?" He literally said, "Larry from Cone Toe." And I said, "It's Kanita." Yeah, that's where I'm from. All right, son. Okay.
Larry didn't pass the smell test.
No.
But you let him through anyway.
I let him through
nice.
just to hear what he had to say, but I was at the ready.
I'm glad you did.
I was at the ready. However, we don't talk about female parts around here. Not on the air.
All right, no.
Don't be stupid.
No female parts.
She said not on the air.
Right. Off the air is fine.
Off the air is fair game.
Fair game.
All right, we go to Kevin in Greenville next. Hey, Kevin.
I'm trying to get my breath on that one, guys. Look, Shirley is the unsung hero of this group. I mean, let's give her some credit. But anyway, well, look, guys, we're up here at Friendsgiving with some of my wife's friends and all that. And when the game started, I'm in there. I'm with my wife. We're into the game, and some of the other one came in, and then they're like, "Hey, why don't you go outside with the guys?" And I'm like, "Nah, how about you tell the guys to come here and watch the game?" But anyway, I'm gonna try to be as optimistic as I can. Everybody's saying that, hey, we could be 9-3 right now, whatnot. But we could easily be 4-8. And it wasn't a great defensive game, but we made it through. We got 7 wins. We didn't progress from last season. So let's get out there and get ready for our bowl game. But I will say that Mike has definitely got to make some adjustments. And I don't know if he's just a nice guy and just doesn't want to let certain people go. But I think he's at the point now is you can't really worry about other people's feelings. You got to do what's best for the program, and that's all I got to say, guys.
All right, Kevin, thanks for the call. He, let Bob Trott go after 1 year, and then he brought in Blake Harrell. And we'll see. I mean, there needs to be, I think, a discussion at least with Donnie. He'll have a discussion with all the assistants.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and that's par for the course. Is that at the end of every season, the head coach sits down usually, and if it's a normal situation, after every year, head coach sits down with each one of the assistant coaches and goes over an evaluation and how they are and everything. I don't think Mike Houston is afraid to pull the trigger on anything. I don't think he seems like a pretty straightforward, hard-nosed guy at times, and where he can make tough decisions. So I don't think that's going to be a problem.
For all we know, Donnie Kirkpatrick's calling the plays Mike Houston wants to call, and is running the offense the head coach wants to run.
We don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I think that could very well be the case. That maybe he thinks he's doing a great job because he's running what he wants him to run. I don't know. All right, Philip is up in Holly Springs. Hey, Philip.
Gentlemen, thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome.
Just want to... thanks for...
You're welcome.
Those Cowboys. How about those Cowboys?
Oh, goodness.
What about them?
He's starting off on the wrong foot. You're talking to 2 Commander fans,
They
right?
beat a fraud on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, just in all seriousness, guys. Thanks for the show all year. I've been to every. This is the first year I've been to every single home game. It's great getting in the car and listening to you guys. It's great listening to the fans and what they got to say. But thanks for all you guys do for Pirate football. And just want to get your take on one thing before the season ends. Is there any other explanation as far as Garcia goes for next year? Do you think there's anybody else who could be a quarterback besides Garcia? I'll leave it there.
Yeah, I'm thinking they start to I'm leaning towards they're going to go after somebody in the portal, bring somebody in. to at least challenge him this offseason.
Yeah, and I think you have to have that in any quarterback situation, especially when there's a new quarterback. There's got to be some sort of quarterback competition. You can't go into next season with Garcia thinking, okay, you're definitely the number one guy, because I think complacency starts to set in. Even if the guy has never played, a quality down of football, when you anoint a guy from the very beginning, that's a recipe for disaster. There has to be during spring training and during fall workouts and even summer workouts. There's got to be somebody to push Garcia. So I agree 100% with Clip. I think you go to the portal and try and find somebody and have some healthy competition in all your camps.
All right, Philip, thank you. In Holly Springs, 317-1250. Got a couple open lines if you want to jump in. Doug is up in Greenville. Hey, Doug.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Going all right.
I think all in all, we have made progress. We've placed a lot of blame a lot of different times of the year on a lot of people who I think unfairly don't deserve it. We've given Owen Dafford a hard time, but we saw today, and I think you guys touched on it earlier, some of our deficiencies are, getting zero push on that defensive line. This isn't a knock against our kids. But you're getting zero push on the defensive line, and those, offensive coordinators for the other teams have extremely exploited those weaknesses, as they should. Going forward, I think it's going to take a realistic conversation from the entire staff to say we've established our identity as a hard-nosed football team. We got that. But going forward, how do we build upon the culture that we've already created and then take this monster to the next level? Kudos to what the staff has done so far, but I think for us to take the next leap, there has to be some real introspection amongst staff to say, okay, what is our statement going to be? We're going to close games. We're going to score points. That's wonderful. But having a defensive lapse where we're giving up 500, 600 yards to a team in conference play, those are the kind of things that can't happen. And I hope we can address them, and I think we will. So go Pirates.
All right, Doug, thanks for the call. And I'm kind of terrified thinking about life without Keaton. He could be back next year. He may not be. If you don't have him today, you lose that game by 2-3 possessions.
Oh, easy.
and Billy, you said before the game, this team can't stop the run. Go in and hand them the football. So, yeah, credit to the coaches for giving them the ball, but more credit to Keaton for running, just running away from guys.
He
literally,
did. And there was no way the defenders on the edge for Temple could even be in stride with him whatsoever. Once he bounced to the outside, those guys on the edge, they just couldn't handle him. They couldn't keep up with him. If I remember correctly, I think there was about 13 or 14 minutes left to go in the first half, and Keaton Mitchell already had 100 yards rushing.
Yeah, he had 9 carries for like 108 yards or something.
Yeah,
right.
He had a couple big explosion plays. He had the one botched play that was almost looked like a fumble-rooski sort of, and the little swing pass out to him. Well, that was 73 yards or something. And he had the big 49-yard run early in the game. So without Keaton Mitchell, this team is doomed. But like I said, credit to the ECU offensive game plan going into this, knowing that was a weak point of this Temple defense, is that they could not stop the run. And when you got a dynamic guy like Keaton Mitchell, get him out in space and get him on the edges and allow him to let his talents take over.
There was offensive coaches salivating today. Ours with their defensive run defense, and their offensive coaches saying we can throw all day on these guys.
Absolutely.
As you said, Billy, they didn't care about the run. They didn't even try.
No. The numbers show it. The numbers don't lie. 527 yards of passing and 48 yards rushing. They went in with one goal, one game plan. And if that didn't work, and that's the thing, had that not worked, it could have been a lopsided victory for East Carolina. It could have been 65-12 or something crazy like that had that not worked and East Carolina had gotten the middle of the field shored up like that. But it's not been working all year for ECU defensively, and Temple exploited it. That's a 3-8 team that threw for 527 yards on you.
Yeah, a quarterback, freshman
quarterback.
Yeah.
That has now there was a lot being made about him today. He played great, but think about it. He hadn't played great all year. This is a freshman quarterback. That's why somebody had mentioned earlier, well, maybe, we can get what we saw out of Kurt Warner Jr. today out of Garcia in the first game. No. This is what, 8, 9, 10, 11 games in.
This is way more of an indictment on our defense than it is how good Warner is.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, 100%.
Absolutely.
All right, 317-1250. We have open lines for the first time. If you want to jump in, you can call 317-1250. We are back on the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter call-in show after a Pirate win. Win's a win. We're back after this.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates. The doors open at noon, 7 days a week. And the Buck has live music every night, along with football. Monday is open mic night, the first Monday of each month. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday, it's acoustic night. Thursday, it's the dance party with DJ Kid Scene and live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for information and schedule of events. This season, party like a pirate at the Buck.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owner's insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Here today with Kyle Gaines from Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. What's new?
So this is the best time to buy. We have no payments for 90 days when you finance with us. Also, 2.9% financing for 72 months on the all-new 22 Jeep Wagoneer. And don't forget, you can sit down with me, custom order your next vehicle, and save time and money. Don't have a Christmas idea? We have you covered with buy 3 tires, get the 4th one for $1. And don't forget, drive a little, save a lot, located in Washington, North Carolina. And also check us out on the web at WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com.
All right, Pirate Nation, Russell's is ready for the holidays. Our huge in-stock inventory makes shopping easy. New additions include Barber for men and women, plus Owner Reserve for the men. Enjoy your holidays and don't worry about lost packages and back orders. We've been making Christmas wishes come true for 39 years in the same location. Not only is our signature gift wrap beautiful, it's free. It's always about you, our pirate friends and customers at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington.
Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers for my friends at ArcPoint Labs. Just as I trust my teammates, you can trust ArcPoint Labs to give you quick and accurate results for your laboratory testing needs. ArcPoint Labs provides insights and solutions to enable individuals, businesses, and communities to make informed decisions on their health, safety, and well-being. Visit any of the 6 Eastern North Carolina ArcPoint Labs locations or go to arcpointlabs.com. Go Pirates!
Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. If you're looking for wings to be delivered to your home, Wings Over Greenville has you covered with no third party needed. Wings Over Greenville has its own in-house delivery service. Be sure to try the all-new tender sandwiches by ordering ahead on the Wings Over mobile app. Open till 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, Wings Over has everything to cure those late night munchies. Give them a call at 758-9464. Wings Over Greenville. They deliver.
Pirate. Once a child wants to spell.
P is for pirate. R is for radio.
Speak and spell. That is correct. Radio. You are right.
I'm learning a lot, really.
Pirate. Pirate Radio.
You're listening to the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter postgame call-in show. Here's Clip Brock. Now, with the Pirate Radio scoreboard, here's Shirley Rhodes.
All right, it is halftime in the Cavalier Classic, and the East Carolina women's team has gone into the locker room with a 2-point lead over Liberty, 37-35. College football, it is Oregon leading Oregon State 28-10. Purdue has a 17-7 lead over Indiana in the fourth quarter. It is UTEP 31, UTSA 21. UAB has a 30-13 lead over Louisiana Tech. Wake Forest is trailing Duke right now at the start of the fourth quarter, 27-24. TCU has a 34-7 lead over Iowa State at the half. Penn State has gone into the locker room at halftime, leading Michigan State 14-3. And number 14, Utah, leads Colorado 42-0 at the half. And that is a look at your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, brought to you by The Buck. It is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates, and they're open from noon until 2 a.m. with live music every night. And you can follow The Buck on Instagram for updated schedules, and we'll see you at The Buck. Now let's head back into the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter. Here's Clip Brock.
Thank you, Shirley Rhodes. Da Buck.
Da Buck. Pirate Hoops coming up at 7 o'clock.
Da Buck, da Buck, da Buck, da Buck, da Buck, da Buck, da Buck.
First true road game of the year for Mike Schwartz. First true road game as a head coach for Mike Schwartz here at East Carolina as the Pirates take on Old Dominion, a team that they knocked off twice last year. Pirates are a 4-point underdog at last check.
And had I not had other obligations, i.e. the fifth quarter call-in show, I think I would have made the trip up to Norfolk. My old stomping grounds.
VA
yeah,
guy.
I like going up there. It used to be called the TED. I don't know what they call it now.
They
used to be called the TED Constant Convocation Center. Now is it something else?
I think it's a pretty nice arena.
It's very nice. Yeah.
Where's the Scope? Isn't that Norfolk?
Yeah, that's in downtown. That's an old building. You know, I used to go see old WCW wrestling events. I remember going. As a matter of fact, the first time I ever saw Andre the Giant in person was at the Scope, Norfolk Scope.
Did they have ABA there?
They did. Yeah. They did. Yeah.
The Squires.
The Virginia Squires.
I know a few things.
There you go. Wow.
So cool.
That's back in the day. That's a long time ago.
Cool deal, right, Chandler?
Cool deal.
Cool neat stuff. Cool neat story.
Cool neat story. Tommy is up in Gardner. We have open lines, 317-1250 if you want to move to the front of the line. Hello, Tommy. Tommy.
Yes, sir.
What's up?
How you doing?
Doing good, man.
I'm doing the best I can with what I got. I'm just going to be honest with you. Offense, defense, special teams. If it weren't for that running back, Keon, I'm going to tell you something. That sucker right there is like a rat. If it weren't for him, we'd have lost that game today. But I told you last week, same thing. Garcia got no reps. So what's going to happen? Unless Holton gets hurt in the bowl game, Garcia's going to Michigan to the big house, and it ain't going to be pretty. And there was too many passes over the middle that we just couldn't stop today.
If you're just tuning in, Tommy just summed it all up beautifully, in my opinion. If I was a fifth quarter caller, that's probably what I would have said.
Yeah, I mean that's it.
Have nothing to add.
That's it. That's the game and the situation in a nutshell.
Not only do we not win if Keaton Mitchell doesn't play, we get blown out if Keaton Mitchell doesn't play today.
Absolutely.
For ECU. So, all right. Anything else, Tommy?
Yeah, the big house. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I want to go, and I've already got some reservations up there. But seeing that Garcia, it's one thing. Like I said last week, practicing game situations in practice ain't the same thing as live action, and it ain't. You know, y'all said it earlier. Final Four, maybe a national championship appearance, maybe a national championship. It ain't gonna be good up there. I mean, we're gonna probably be a 35-28 underdog.
I mean, we just keep beating a dead horse here. I want to see him in games. We haven't seen him. We had a caller earlier that said we won't see him in a bowl game. I don't know if that's, I mean, the way it's trending right now, I don't think we're going to see him this year.
No, and like Tommy said, unless the unthinkable happens, which we don't, I mean, knock on wood, you don't want to see anything like this happen, but barring an injury by Holt Nailers in the bowl game, I don't see any scenario, because in a bowl game, you're likely not going to have a blowout. And unless there's a blowout on either side, you're not going to see Mason Garcia. And to your point, Tommy, that, practice is much different than game situation. Look, even game situation, good quality game situation on the road at Temple is not anything near what you're going to see against Michigan. So
and now
it's terrible. It's a terrible situation.
Even if he gets a series or two in the bowl game,
it's going to be junk.
Yeah, it's like it's too late. Not
too little, too late.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I don't know. All right, Tommy, anything else, man?
Yeah, I just hope he don't transfer in the transfer portal. I really do, because I'm going to tell you, when he gets his chance, you're going to see great things out of him. Tommy 3 signing off. Back to y'all.
All right.
Back to us. Thank you, Tommy. We'll throw it back to you after the bowl game. Thank you, Tommy. David saw Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, Rush, and I guess that's Blue Oyster Cult.
Blue Oyster Cult.
At the Scope.
Yeah.
Keith saw Rush, Styx, Heart, Bad Company, Aerosmith, all at the Scope.
Yeah, it's been...
That's
the Scope is iconic.
Yeah.
But where I saw my very first, and I think I've mentioned this on the show before, my very first concert ever was Van Halen, and that was at the Hampton Coliseum, which is another iconic venue in the Hampton Roads area.
All right, there you go. Where did you see your first concert? Who was it? Let us know. 317-1250.
Van Halen, 1983. It was on October 31st. It was Halloween night, and David Lee Roth had buttless chaps. I was going to say, I guess I can say assless, right?
Sure.
Yeah, he did.
Billy Weaver was hot for teacher that night, my friend.
I was 13 years old, yeah.
That'll really make you a man when you see David Lee Roth's ugly ass.
I know, right?
All right, Steve is up in Illinois. Hey, Steve.
Hey, so my first concert was a room of about 20 people. I saw Dead Prez at WPI in Worcester in about 1997 as a last-minute replacement act for the Cocoa Brothers, formerly known as Smith & Wesson, who had a big cancellation. And, I was implored to put my fist up for Black Power. Looking around, there was mostly white people in the room, I think, if I remember. There was only about 25 of us, but anyway.
That was a good story. Thank you, Steve.
That is a cool, neat story.
Cool, neat story. All right.
But, listen, overall, I would say that we got to be positive. Back-to-back bowl-going seasons is a positive thing. Taking the long look, it could have been more, but there's been many times in the course of ECU football history when it could have been more. If you're going to be 7-8 win team, you're going to be in it most of the time. It could have been more. It could have been 10, could have been 11, but it wasn't. That's just the bottom line. And I think this team has enough holes that I don't feel like this was really a 10-win team. You know what I'm saying? So I think they, water found its level. I called you guys all pumped up right before the Cincinnati week, and I told you I was headed out there, and I did. Brought the whole family out there. I'm trying to raise some Pirates and, train them the right way and get them involved, and my little kids and stuff, and they're like 7 and 5 and 6 or whatever. And
can any of them kick?
I'm happy about it. I feel like things are heading in the right direction. I'm really excited about going to Michigan to kick off the year next year. Really excited about a potential bowl game at Fenway. I'm from Massachusetts, so I'm going to be headed back to see my family in Massachusetts for Christmas anyway. I'll head back a couple days early and go to the Fenway Bowl. So I'm probably the one person in Pirate Nation who's really excited about it. I think I mentioned the same thing last year when it was a possibility on the table, but I'd love to see him play Syracuse. My dad's a Syracuse alum, so it'd be a real family affair if we could pull that one off. But personal anecdotes aside, overall, like I said, just positive about the program. I think Mason Garcia could step in right away and make an impact, keep the ship on track. I think that I wouldn't expect Keaton Mitchell to be back and I wouldn't blame him given the shifting landscape of college football and how easy it is to transfer and where he needs to be to get on his personal journey. I think, he should always, I'm sure he'll always be a proud Pirate. I'm sure we shouldn't begrudge him to, seek a higher level and transfer somewhere next year, because obviously he's done everything that he pretty much can, from his perspective as a Pirate. So,
well, I don't begrudge anyone. I mean, it's not what you want, but everybody's got to make their own choice, what's best for them. So, and I don't really want to have that conversation right now. I might start crying, Steve. So,
well, let me tell you what, Steve. There is anybody that thinks there aren't going to be suitors out there for Keaton Mitchell is fooling themselves.
It's too late. There already are. I mean, they're out there.
Right.
The blood's in the water there.
Yeah.
All right, Steve.
There should be enough talent, to keep things moving and to could stay in the 7-8 win range next year, especially with the downgrade. And I might be mischaracterizing it, but some of the teams coming in, I think, are lower quality than some of the teams leaving at this point. So, I mean, we should still have good expectations, and it's going to take 3 to 5. Total seasons of consecutive bowls to get permanently where we need to be as a bowl game every year school where we should be. So it's got another 3 years or so, I think, to really firmly, cement it to the point where it won't fall out. And if we can get 5 years, we can get 10 years, and you know what I mean? Not have to worry about them falling out again.
All right, Steve. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call. Syracuse would be cool. We had some good games with them back in the 90s. We've Carrier Dome and here.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was on the sideline call for a WITN broadcast against Syracuse in the Carrier Dome, jam-packed house. And
Lab era?
Actually, Dwight Freeney. I remember he was the big matchup was Dwight Freeney against Brian Remph.
Yeah, okay.
And that was the big matchup. And as a matter of fact, Brian Remph, if I remember correctly, held his own on that left tackle position against Dwight Freeney, who, of course, went on to be a great NFL player. But the story of that game was a referee, I think it was the back judge, fell out, had a heart attack at the game. And they had to bring the stretcher out onto the field, ambulance, and he actually, I think, flatlined on the field.
Jeez.
They took him next door to the hospital and revived him, but you could hear a pin drop in that place, and that was the one thing I remember about that game. I think it was early 2000s, maybe 2000 or 2001, if I remember correctly. I have to look it up.
All right, everybody's saying where they saw their first concert. Also, we have this from Bryce, who called in earlier. He said, speaking of the Hampton Coliseum, Weaver, I won the Mr. Teen USA Bodybuilding Championship there.
Wow.
So, folks, where did you win your first Mr. Teen US Bodybuilding Championship? Mine was at A.G. Cox Middle School back in the day. All right, we go next to Bill in Greenville. What's up, Bill?
Hey, man, how y'all doing tonight?
Doing
good, Bill.
Listen, I know the coaches are happy, but these last 2 games, I'm telling you, that defensive secondary, they need to see if they can't recruit some guys that can cover receivers. I mean, you're talking close to 1,000 yards passing in these past 2 games. I mean, what do y'all think? To me, it's kind of ridiculous.
Well, it is, but I mean, Weaver's got a good point. I said, what happened to this team? What happened to this defense? And Billy's answer was the coaches finally saw what we've been giving up all year and decided to use an internet phrase, spam it. Just keep running it over and over again. And they were throwing over the middle, and we got killed by that against Houston. We got killed by that today, and we're not doing anything to stop it. And until we try to, they're going to keep on doing it.
And this far into the season, I don't think you overhaul the defense. You just can't, but they've got to put in some wrinkles for the bowl game.
Another thing we saw today was poor tackling. Probably as poor as we've seen all year. So everything was going wrong.
Okay, well, I want to see what y'all thought today. I want to see if y'all saw the same thing I saw.
We did.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's the thing is everybody is seeing on film exactly what East Carolina has shown defensively all year, and they've taken advantage of it.
That's the problem. Everybody sees it and knows about it now, right?
They finally said, look, when's somebody going to start taking advantage of this?
Yeah.
They're not changing. This is what they do.
All right, Charlie is up next in Pittsburgh. Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Clip. Hey, Billy.
What's up, buddy?
Appreciate y'all taking my call. My first concert was 2006. I saw the Allman Brothers Band and Drive-By Truckers at Walnut Creek Amphitheater in Raleigh. And I remember during what turned out to be about a 20-minute long mountain jam, these two guys got into a pretty good fist fight. And this old fellow who was sitting in a lawn chair down the road from me woke up from his haze and said, "Who fights at the damn Allman Brothers? It's the Allman Brothers."
They're playing Sweet Melissa, and guys are throwing haymakers.
That's right. You're my blue sky. You're my black eye.
It's my weed. No, it's my weed. No, it's mine.
But yeah, I don't have a whole lot to add to the game tonight. You know, obviously, I wish we could have been a little more dominant, but you know, a win's a win, and I'm really happy that at least we haven't slid backwards as far as our regular season record goes. I'm happy that because I don't know. It wasn't always apparent that was going to be the case, and so I'm glad that at least we're staying, bowl eligible. We're staying where we were last season, and we're going to a bowl game, and that's great. And hopefully we'll be able to take these next few weeks and, like y'all were talking about, add some wrinkles into the defense, because whoever we're playing in that bowl game is going to watch the film of these last two games, and they're going to see how wide open we are there in the middle. But I have faith in our defensive coordinator, and hopefully they'll take this opportunity to, get some things switched around if they can, or whatever they can do at this point. And hopefully we'll go to the bowl game and get us a W. And hope it's in Myrtle Beach, because I'll go. So anyway, y'all have a good night. I appreciate it. Go Pirates.
All right, Charlie.
Thanks,
Great to hear from you, man.
And Charlie, the opponent's going to have a full year of film to watch, because they got a lot of time during that bowl game practices to be able to break down every game film, and they're going to see if they don't see wrinkles. It's going to be a long day for the Pirates.
All right, 317-1250. We are going to go to Rick, who is in Burlington, and we're going to him now. Hello, Rick.
Hey, guys. I am. Are we still doing the concerts?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Mine is. Hang on a second. I've got my little Google thing going in the background. It's messing me up. Let me turn it off.
All right.
Take your time.
I kind of like silence.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, good.
You guys were talking about concerts, and I'm kind of dating myself. My first concert was in 1969 at my high school in Hillsboro at Orange High, and the Showman played, and the lead singer for the Showman was a guy named General Johnson, who later had a
chairman of the board.
Had a great music career.
Wow.
He was the lead singer for the Showman at the time, and they actually played in the auditorium for half the show. Flipped the around, and the cafeteria was on the backside, and we had a dance there. But anyway, 1969.
That's pretty cool. The year I was born.
Okay. I have started school in 71, missed 2 years because of the Army, and so I missed the 73, 74 season. And I was watching the game today, and I was kind of just thinking back, have I seen a worse performance in pass defense in my life? And so I went back, and so I'm online here looking at our records. I don't know if you guys have talked about it, but Warner tied for third in the most passing yards in 90 years of ECU football history, 1932. He is behind Chris Redmond, Byron Leftwich, whole game, and Case Keenum. He tied Case Keenum for third in the most yards in the history of ECU football ever given up.
I thought Gus Farrat was up there somewhere. What was he?
No. Well, I'm looking at our most recent.
Okay.
Well, let me tell you what. Jeff Charles and I broadcast the game at Louisville when Chris Redmond went off on East Carolina. I remember that game very vividly, and I remember that bowl game with Byron Leftwich as well. And I can remember them coming back from a 30-point halftime deficit to beat East Carolina, and I don't remember even how many overtimes it was, but I was at most of those games.
I didn't have the guts, but I would go to Pirate Club functions when Coach Logan would be speaking, and you know how he would glare sometimes, and I was afraid to ask the question, but I always wanted to ask him what he said to the team at halftime at that Marshall game.
Well, I was close to Logan on the sidelines, and I know exactly what he said to David Garrard when Byron Leftwich and the boys started coming back.
Billy loves telling that story.
I love that story. You've seen the video, haven't you? I've got the video on the Twitter page somewhere on the Twitters.
Okay.
Yeah. David, let me tell you something. You take these boys down there and you score. You go down there and score. You're breaking my heart. And then David says, you're breaking my, no, it's my heart that's breaking. David, it's my heart that's breaking. Now you go on out there and you take these boys down there and you score. And Dave was like, all right. Went out there and threw a pick six.
I know. I remember that. That I don't want to get in that game, but I just felt like if we'd kept running the ball, we'd have won that ball game. We just kept.
Oh, if they'd have kept running the ball with Leonard Henry, I've had that conversation with Leonard.
Wait, are we doing the GMAC Bowl fifth quarter here?
Oh yeah.
Give us your call.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. I'm sorry. But anyway, I guess after today, I just wondered: are we going forward with the program, or are we sliding?
We're not going backwards, that's for sure.
Well, I know, but I'm not.
I don't know if we're going forward. We might be sitting still at the moment.
Well, if
we're just sliding sideways.
Yeah.
If the Pirates don't win the bowl game, I think it's a push. Definitely. That's why I said earlier they got to win the game. To make steps forward, I think you got to win a bowl game.
Right. And I've been a season ticket holder for like 40 years, and I was just, as I was sitting there watching that game, I'm like, if we lose this game, I don't want to go to a bowl game watching a team that's lost 3 games in a row. I just don't, and the way they looked at Houston or against Houston in this team today, I'm like, wow. I give them credit for coming back and winning it, but golly, it just, it's like, wow, what just happened here?
Yes, sir. Well, thanks for the call, Rick, and for the walk down memory lane.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, man. There is Rick in Burlington. All right, open lines, 317-1250 if you want to jump in. We will take your calls. U.S. Sailor fifth quarter call-in show rolls on a Saturday night. Back with you after this. Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for $11.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for just $2.99. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $11.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
This is Dr. Hasty from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as a walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Don't stress this holiday season. Give the gift of beauty. A gift certificate from Beauty Bar Medi Spa will not only bring a smile to that special someone, it will smooth wrinkles, tighten skin, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair. Visit the professionals at Beauty Bar Medi Spa in Greenville. Available now. Gift certificate specials for her or him. And BOGO stocking stuffers. You save and they glow. Visit us at beautybarmedispa.com. Go Pirates.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in Eastern North Carolina. With homes in Blackwood, Mills Creek, Dalton's Cove and Farmville, and Belmar and Ayden, they're constantly expanding. Now to Laurel Glen and Sarah's Way, plus the new duplex community at Abigail Trails. BMS Builders can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or ECU football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. Call 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood, our special guest today. Jeff, how can you help people buy a new vehicle before the end of the year?
Well, Jonathan, we're seeing an increase in inventory arriving at the dealership.
Cadillac, we have XT5, Buick, Encore and Envision, Mazda, the all-new CX-50 is here. And GMC, we have some light-duty 1500 trucks arrived.
Jeff, what about incentives and your location?
Incentives, we have as low as 3.9 APR, location 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Christie's Europub is the perfect place to relax, grab a bite, and enjoy a drink. Located in the heart of Greenville and just a few blocks from ECU's campus, Christie's offers lunch, dinner, and late night with live music every Sunday. Come and have brunch Monday through Friday from 11 to 3 or Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 4. Scratch cooking takes time, so relax and enjoy a pint at Christie's Europub today. For the latest information, check them out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram or visit them online at christieseuropub.com.
This is Holt Nailers, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to the U.S. Cellular 5th Quarter Postgame Call-In Show. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, 317-1250. Guess what? Lines are open if you want to jump in. Talk concerts, bodybuilding, or East Carolina's 3-point narrow escape victory today over the Owls of Temple. And Billy Paulette saw the Jackson 5 in Dorton Arena in 1960-something. So there you go.
That's awesome. That's a good one.
It's a cool, neat concert.
Cool, neat.
All right, Drive the Game is brought to you by Brown and Wood. Serving the Pirate Nation in eastern North Carolina since 1937. Brown & Wood, your number one dealership in Greenville. Brown & Wood on Greenville Boulevard, Greenville. Online at brownandwoodauto.com. And got to go with the last drive.
Yep.
Which actually, and I'll get the specifics on it, but took up quite a bit of yards because
only a minute 56 seconds.
And Temple had it near midfield, was going to go for it. Mike Houston calls a timeout. The announcers were killing Houston and ECU for taking that timeout, as were some of the fans and people watching us at the time, because no time was, it was after an incomplete pass, so the clock wasn't running. But they called a timeout, and then Temple changes its mind, decides to punt it away, and the Pirates are able to take it from there and move it down the field, hit some big plays in the run game, and then the big pass play to Jalen Johnson there with the touchdown. And the drive goes,
I think it was 7 plays, 89 yards.
You got the yardage right, Billy. 8 plays, 89 yards in a minute 56
seconds. Yeah.
Jalen Johnson, 38-yard pass from Holt Nailers. If you didn't see it, to try to describe it, Ehlers rolls out. Looks like he's got a lot of space to run.
Yeah.
We were hollering, run.
He throws across his body.
We say, no.
And then, yeah.
Johnson comes swooping in, catches it, and takes it to the...
There were 3 defenders around him. Not anyone really close when the ball was thrown, which is good because he was open.
Yeah.
But there were 3 defenders converging on him, and I'm thinking...
But he drops it in the Johnson bucket.
And
he takes it in for a touchdown. That is our drive of the game, brought to you by Brown and Wood. We'll look at some of these stats now on the UB stat sheet to give you some final numbers on this game. East Carolina wins at 49-46, and it was all Keaton Mitchell for East Carolina. 27 carries, 222 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean...
How about Deuce with 222 yards?
Deuces are wild, as Harry Carey would say. He also had 2 catches for 78 yards and a touchdown. Quick math, that is even Steven 300. 222 plus 78, if my math is correct.
How about that?
300 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 player.
And nobody chose him as their fantasy player today.
Do you know why? Do you remember why I said I wasn't going to take him?
Because he got hurt He got hurt.
Who did I take today?
Who did you take? Marlon Gunn.
And what happened to him?
He got hurt.
I will not be picking a player next time. I'm going to sit out.
You going to sit out next week?
Luckily, I did not take Keaton Mitchell today. You're welcome, Pirate fans.
Yeah,
400 yards.
There you go.
And Marlon Gunn, I know we were mentioning it earlier, but Marlon Gunn was slow to get up, did end up getting up, and then did you say, Billy, earlier that he did not come?
He did not.
I don't remember him coming back into the game.
And I saw somebody responded earlier, I guess Chase Edmonds actually went in for
Camaro.
a play. Who? Chase Edmonds is the NFL player. Camaro Edmonds.
Yeah,
sorry.
I was going to say,
Idiot.
I really got into the message border mood there. I got by the wrong name.
So look, I was looking for that David Garrard, Steve Logan exchange.
Did you find it?
I'm working on it. I'm trying to find it on Twitter, but there's a lot you got to scroll through. There's not an easy way to find. But look what I came across.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
This was back in 1992, maybe.
Were you Petey?
That is cool.
Were you Petey?
So I tried out to be Petey.
And you didn't make it?
No, I actually did, but then I decided not to because it was so darn hot.
So you made the cut?
I did, but almost passed out.
Oh.
Yeah.
What a weak Petey.
That would have been a cool, neat story.
It was. And you know what you had to do like a production kind of thing. It was in Minji's Coliseum, and you were kind of out there by yourself. And I did a dance to that funny Pirates of Penzance song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So how about that?
Billy,
and that my girlfriend.
Billy.
My girlfriend at the time took this picture in the locker room.
Petey the Pirate.
Billy Weaver. That's old school.
Billy showing off
Rooster
for
Neck
Petey.
Billy Weaver. Rooster Neck Petey.
Holton Ahlers on the day, 25 of 37, 314 yards, 3 touchdowns for Holton Ahlers. Keaton Mitchell had 78 of those yards. Kind of spread around from there. Isaiah.
It's good to see him get a touchdown today.
7 for 63 and a touchdown. CJ, 6 for 60. Jalen Johnson had the big touchdown, 2 for 44. Josiah Hatfield made his presence felt with a kick return and a couple of catches today. A big third down catch where he caught the ball like 2 yards past the line of scrimmage and was able to race to pick up a first down.
Did he finish the game today? I thought I saw a tweet from somebody. It might have been Josh Thomas. If you're listening, Josh, confirm. But I thought I saw where he was going to the locker room at one point.
In the third, at the end of the third quarter. I think
no
I saw that
pads
too.
on.
Yeah.
So I have no idea about that.
Marlon Gunn, 3 catches, 19 yards. Shane Calhoun, 3 catches, 16 yards. One name not on this list, Ryan Jones. I know they tried to get it to him a couple times.
They did, yeah.
Did not have a catch today. E.J. Warner, 45 of 63. 527 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. Gross.
Thought they were going to make a movie like his daddy.
That was some arena football stuff there.
It was, yeah.
Jose Barbon. 13 catches, 160 yards. Yeesh. Their running back, Sadie, finished with 45 yards and a touchdown. So a lot of the yards coming through, well, all of the yards coming on the air, through the air today for the Owls.
I guess it could be on the air.
On the air, through the air, in the air.
Through the air, in the air.
Robert
Around
and
the air.
Others have pointed out that Isaiah, we do indeed have a 1,000-yard rusher and receiver. Isaiah and Keaton Mitchell have got it on the year. All right, Uncle Jesse wants to know, hey, big fan of Jesse and the Rippers. Oh, this is the spam guy? I don't respond. Sorry, I can't ask Billy that question.
What were you going to ask me?
I can't ask
just
you.
for.
He's the spam guy. He's a terrible poster.
Spammer.
Yeah. Clean up your act, and I'll ask your question to Billy.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm still trying to find that video. Keep going.
We'll have it by Sunday.
I know, right?
Spencer is up in Washington. Hello, Spencer.
Hey, Clip. I just want to say, great win by the Pirates. Appreciate y'all being on this long. But, I think we should turn our attention to the basketball game later tonight in Norfolk. And I just got one question for y'all. Is Mike Schwartz the better of the 2 Mikes? Go Pirates.
Too early to tell at this point. Is
Way
he
too early.
Mike versus Mike? We're on the same side here. We don't need to compare. But I got to give Mike Schwartz an incomplete at this point. We got to play more games. I tell you what, if they win tonight on the road, first road game.
Yeah, against a quality opponent. As an underdog.
Spencer, if they win tonight, if it's a sliding scale here, I'm gonna start leaning that scale towards Schwartzy. But not quite ready to do that yet. Gonna need to see some more. But good question. Pirates and Monarchs tip it off at 7 o'clock on ESPN+. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. When we return, we'll have more of your calls if you want to jump in. And getting close to last call for your call. So get in while you can, 317-1250. We're back after this.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Jamie Lang with Carolina Hardscapes, and we're excited to announce that we're Eastern North Carolina's premier fiberglass pool installation company. We partnered with industry-leading San Juan Pools so that we can build the backyard of your dreams. Whether it's an outdoor fireplace, patio, outdoor kitchen, or now a pool, give us a call at 364-1201 or find us on the web at CarolinaHardscapesandMulch.com so we can make your backyard the place to be. Go Pirates!
Take a hit from a 300-pound linebacker, and you better be wearing pads. Take a hit on the road, and you better have good auto coverage. When you've got North Carolina Farm Bureau Auto Insurance, you've got the best local agents ready to help you bounce back. If you don't, well, you'll probably play football without a helmet, too. In Pitt County, call Carlton Venters or C.J. Messerly at 252-756-3007. North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina Incorporated, Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates!
Revive Health and Wellness of Greenville is here to enhance your health, assist you with weight loss goals, improve your overall feeling of well-being, elevate your natural beauty, and to give you the confidence that you need and deserve. Locally owned and operated by Samantha Casper, Revive Health and Wellness has a new location and is ready to serve you. Visit them at 2459 Emerald Place in Greenville. Call today to set up an appointment at 350-1805 or go online at revivehealthwellness.org.
Hey Pirate Nation, Shimmer Boutique is your one-stop shop for all your tailgate essentials. This is Holt Nailers, and if you need a Yeti cooler, apparel, shoes, or accessories for the season, Shimmer has you covered. Shimmer Boutique is also the exclusive retailer in Greenville carrying the largest selection of built and broken gear for adults and youth. Be ready for game day and every day at Shimmer Boutique on Greenville Boulevard behind Starbucks and in Winterville across from Lowe's. Go Pirates! Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers, and when it comes to getting your family together, there's no better place than Familia, which is Italian for family. Familia is the place I like to bring my football family, especially my offensive linemen. Whether it's great New York style pizzas, homemade meatballs, lasagna, chicken parmesan, or delicious homemade desserts, Familia is a winning play every time. For dine-in or takeout, make Familia your go-to play when you have a hungry team. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College. Go Pirates!
This is CJ Mayhew, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter postgame call-in show. Here's Clip Brock. Now, with the Pirate Radio scoreboard, here's Shirley Rhodes.
All right, a quick basketball update. ECU's women's team is participating in the Cavalier Classic in Charlottesville, Virginia. They lead Liberty 53-42 with 9:18 left to go in the game. The men will be tipping off in just under 30 minutes from now. College football scores. Wake Forest is leading Duke 31-27 with just under 3 minutes left to go in that game. Scores from other games. Louisville loses to Kentucky 26-13. Alabama routing Auburn 42-24 in the fourth quarter. SMU leads Memphis 34-23. It is Oregon 34, Oregon State 23. TCU drubbing Iowa State 41-7 in the third quarter. Penn State leads Michigan State 21-3, and that is a look at your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, brought to you by The Buckets, your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates. They're open from noon until 2 a.m. with live music every night, and during football season, you can join the Buck for Sunday Fun Day with football, food trucks, live music, giveaways, and the largest 4K TV in Eastern North Carolina. Follow The Buck on Instagram for updated schedules, and we'll see you at The Buck. Now let's head back into the fifth quarter postgame call-in show. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, Josh, Chris, Calzone, everybody relax. We would love to do a basketball watch-along, but rolled in here about 20 till 9 this morning and about ready to go home. So I'm ready to go home and watch it myself in my chair. So no basketball watch-along tonight.
Do you have a recliner?
Sure.
I didn't know if you sat on the couch or in a recliner or something. Got a nice little setup in there?
Kick back. Just a chair and a TV.
That's all you need.
That's all I need.
And a cold
beer.
You
got a nightstand or some sort of stand beside your chair?
Oh, I got a tray.
I do too.
Yeah. Cool, bro.
Is it like a
Hey, give me a fist through the window.
Yeah, man. Dude, hey, I just want to say I love your show, man, and I love your show. And hey, Troy. Hey, what's up, Troy? Man, I love y'all's show, man. That's crazy, man. I got a food tray right beside my chair too, man.
My dad used to have one of those with a fat old ashtray beside it.
Whoa, I didn't know what you were about to say.
And Winston.
Fat old
and my dad had a fat old ashtray.
And Winston's butts and a cold Miller High Life. The champagne of beers.
This would be cool if you were a PD, Billy. Paulette said one of my former students was PD. He rolled up next to me during a game and called my name. I lost it. If you were PD and you recognize people, and they didn't know that was you,
right.
Like, hey, Mark. How much would that freak you out at a game?
How did PD know my name?
That is creepy. PD's magic. All right.
I did that once. I had a
explain yourself.
Yeah, okay. Explain yourself, Miss
Not
Rhodes.
PD, but I actually dressed up as Santa Claus one time. And a friend of mine was a general manager at a coffee shop, and she asked me, she said, hey, we'd like to have Santa come and take pictures with the kids. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I dressed up as Santa, and one of my really good friends and his family walked in, and so I walked up to him and called him by his name and everything. His kids
freaked out
their minds.
Santa knows me.
It was like, Santa knows Daddy.
It's like Will Ferrell.
I know him. Santa, I know him.
Yeah, and
you're not Santa.
And he laughed hysterically. He actually called me later. He was like, it was the best thing you could have ever done was call me by my name. He was like, my kids were so good till Christmas.
You know what they called Shirley dressed up like that? Good old Saint Trick.
Hey, at least they called me.
At least they called me.
You're not Santa. You smell like beef and cheese. You sit on a throne of lies.
Sit on a throne of lies. smell like beef and cheese.
All right.
If you're a real Santa, what did you sing me on my birthday? Well, happy birthday, of course. Dang it.
I'm so glad I get those references.
All right.
Smiling's my favorite.
Last call for your calls. Let's get our final break in. 317-1250. We'll come back. Get ready to wrap it up here on the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter call-in show. We'll enjoy some more Parker's Barbecue during the break and get ready to close up shop when we return after this.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
Love is never having to say you're sorry for your internet. Because with MetroNet, you get fast, reliable, 100% fiber speeds you'll love with unlimited data so you can stream, study, surf, and game on all your devices simultaneously. No lag times or buffering. MetroNet offers student deals. Get 100 megabit internet for just $39.95 a month. Switch to MetroNet today at metronet.com/switch. MetroNet. Love your internet.
Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. University Sportswear ENC.com is your one-stop shop for all promotional products for your business. With over 1 million items to shop from, University Sportswear ENC.com offers high-quality products at prices to fit any budget. Visit University Sportswear ENC.com for contact information and to get shopping. University Sportswear ENC.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio.
This is Braxton Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. If you're looking to purchase a home, it is still a great time, and being pre-qualified before you begin shopping is an advantage. At Angel Oak, we offer a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans that can fit most financial situations. To get started, contact our experienced team of Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, Wanda Hager, or myself, Braxton Green, at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
Ahoy there, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express, your local tire and wheel shop in Greenville, offering affordable, easy payment options for easy ownership, savvy? Our customers love our treasure of tires and wheels, easy payment options, and customer care package, too. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
U.S. Cellular has always believed that connection is the greatest gift of all. That's why we're giving everyone one line for $29.99 a month with unlimited data this holiday season. That's right, one line, unlimited data for just $29.99 a month. That's more than a great deal. That's locally grown connection from U.S. Cellular. Limited time offer, terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar with daily specials. And here's the lineup. Mondays feature $7 margaritas and half-price appetizers. Tuesday is stuffed seafood night. Wednesday is date night. Thursday is roasted smoked lamb chop night. Fridays is prime rib night. And Saturday is Italian night and is also Fred and Wilma night with our 36-ounce bone-in tomahawk steak just like the Flintstones. And on Sunday, it's our legendary brunch from 10 to 2. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
Hi, this is Phil Steele of Phil Steele's College Football Preview Magazine, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter postgame call-in show. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, last call for your calls if you want to jump in. East Carolina closes out the regular season. Same record they did last year, 7-5 on the year after a thriller today in Philadelphia. Pirates knocking off the Temple Owls on a late Holton Ahlers to Jalen Johnson touchdown. Just a wild play. Ahlers across the body. Johnson with the catch and run into the end zone. Billy Weaver, final thoughts on this one.
Well, got to go win a bowl game, and depending on where it is, I might have to make a road trip.
Will it be winnable?
I think they're all winnable.
I agree.
Will they win the bowl? That's the big question. I think they gotta win it.
Gotta win it.
Gotta win it.
A must-win bowl game?
It's must-win.
It's our first ever must-win bowl game.
Yes, it's a must-win to advance this program forward.
Yeah. All right.
Must-win.
Well, Shirley, Chandler, great work today. Great work all year. We're not done. We got one more left.
One more. We got one more in us.
Hey, let's do one more.
One more.
One more.
One more, and let's get to 8 wins.
Hey, does it feel like the season just kind of flew by?
It does.
It seems like yesterday.
Takes forever to get here, and it's like blink and it's gone.
Thank all y'all for tuning in, commenting, calling, all that you do to support Pirate Radio. We appreciate it. Can't have it without you. Can't have it without Our great sponsors, UBE providing the stats, Brown and Wood with our Brown and Wood Drive the Game, the Orthopedics East Injury Report, Parker's Barbecue with the awesome post-game food. We appreciate their support, and the Buccaneer Music Hall Scoreboard presented by The Buck.
The Buck.
The Buck, the Buck, the Buck, the Buck, the Buck.
You going out tonight, Chandler?
I think I might head over to AJ's. Check out the
well,
ECU.
tell Butler, Kraft, and Waddy I said hello.
If
Some
I
of
know
my
who they are.
buddies are there, but
Okay.
I'm not going to make it.
Yeah, I saw Winston comment on YouTube, but I will tell them hello for you if I know who they are.
All right. I'm about to take
I'm going to a Friendsgiving.
Oh, yeah?
Another one.
You eating or drinking or both? Or
both.
All the above?
You don't go to a Friendsgiving and don't eat and drink, man.
You going to watch
Then it's not a Friendsgiving. Am I right?
Am I right or am I right?
I got you there.
You're right.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
They got ESPN Plus?
They do.
All right. Pirate Hoops.
That's
on
right.
the telly.
Watch it on the telly.
All right. We'll see y'all whenever we have a bowl game and the kickoff. Subtract 4 hours. That's where we will be on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. We've great season, buddy. We'll see you for the postseason.
Well, I'm hoping that I'll be here.
Okay.
But I'm just.
I know. I was just wrapping it up. I don't care if you're here or
I
not.
just want to go to the bowl game, though.
We'll go. See if I can. Billy's already in Ann Arbor in his mind.
I'm going to that game.
We know that.
I already put in my.
He put in his
8-month notice.
Yeah, at least.
Whatever it is.
We know.
I'm going to the big house. That's a bucket list.
We'll see y'all when we see you. Thanks for tuning in. So long, everybody.
You have been listening to the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter postgame call-in show. Join us next time for complete postgame coverage of East Carolina football, exclusively on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank
Can you hear me now?
Yes. So, yeah.